Okay, so like you've had a night to go ahead and think about what just happened yesterday, and I was like wanting to win the game. Twitter's taking shots at me because it's a preseason game. Why are you overreacting? I was just saying. We went down to the last minute. We had the game. We could have just won the game. I don't mind whatever happens. But just win the game. Here's another thing. If we would have won that game with as hard as we made an effort to give that game to the Chiefs, that would have been just really cool because I could have talked to my homeboy running around talking trash. I could have said, look, dude, you know what? We did everything even our twos and threes, did everything they could to give you that game, and we still won. See, I can't say that now. They came back and got it in the last few minutes, a couple of minutes. Okay, that's okay. I'm fine. I am. I'm not. It's a preseason game. It's okay to lose. Anyway, Kyle Shanahan excited about several players following 49ers Chiefs. No, well, look, I want to make one thing clear. I am not in that war, but the fan bases that Jimmy versus Trey group, don't put me in either one. I am not with you people. I didn't put Trey in because the subject was Shanahan talked about some other players that he was excited about. Everybody's excited about Trey, even me. I said it yesterday. It wasn't about hating on Trey that I left the thumbnail out. I'm serious. I'm not involved in that BS. I want both guys to succeed. They're both 49ers. If they succeed, the team succeeds. God, put me in the irrational, stupid group. No, I'm not. God. Kyle Shanahan, as I said, without a doubt, is one of the most exciting preseason exhibition games in years. The Niners versus Chiefs contest did not. In the end, scoreboard displaying a loss for the team was what happened. But still, excitement. But there were some individual performances to get excited about, and Coach Shanahan did express that feeling about several players. The reason I did this today, because I said, you know what? Everybody would agree. You know, tonight we're going to take your phone calls for your opinion of some of the 49 players that, after yesterday's game versus Chiefs, may have had a big impact on the decisions made on the final 53 and the roles they could be developing for 2021. All right, injury updates, too, following yesterday's game with the Chiefs. While rookie O-lineman Aaron Banks is expected to miss 2 to 3 weeks with a shoulder injury. I know. You know, Aaron Banks, I hope he's not going to be a repeat of a guy that we got from Stanford. It's kind of worrisome. He's struggling to catch on to the offense, too. Okay, well, anyway, we give him some time. He'll be all right. But the most significant injury, at least in terms of severity, might be the loss of wide receiver Austin Watkins Jr. Shanahan said about his situation, quote, Watkins, he has a broken foot. He's going to be out 6 to 8 weeks. We think he did it early in the game because that's what he ended up telling us after. So got a lot of respect for him for trying to play through that and stuff. I wish he would have told us a little bit earlier. I don't know if he knew it was broken or not. You know, as a football player, you don't know. You could have a severely sprained ankle, any number of injuries. You'll play through it as a football player. But what you don't understand is you're slowing your team down. You need to go ahead and get out. And a lot of guys hate to do this. Even when you're in high school, that's the attitude. So, but you can see, Shanahan goes on to say, but you can see him on tape limping a little bit through that 2-minute drive. Then when he got it checked after the game, it showed him having a broken bone, so it will be some time for him. Coach also provided updates on several others who did not play last night. Guys that we plan on returning on practice tomorrow, hoping to get Aziz Al-Shar back. Demetrius Flanagan-Foltz, I love that guy's name, man. Samson Ibokam, McCole Pruitt, and K'Wan Williams, unquote. So, they're going to be joining going down to SoCal to do that, the practice week with the Chargers. Running back Elijah Mitchell, right? Hey, was absent for the preseason opener. Everybody kept asking, where's Elijah Mitchell? But what is wrong with Elijah Mitchell? He's not going to make the game. It turns out a hip injury was the reason. After the game with the Chiefs, Coach Shanahan told reporters Mitchell has an abductor injury that will sideline him for multiple weeks. Fam, you ever had that hip go out on you? You can do it by overextending. I got to tell you, I've done that twice. It takes forever for that to stop. You just got to warm up really well. Even when it does get better, which it takes about 3 months for it to stop. You got to warm up really good, or when you're running, you can feel like, oh, a pinch right in the hip. He's got that. And with what he does, you got to cut. Ooh, that's going to hurt. So I guess I can see why he's out. That is a significant blow for the Niners backfield. Mitchell was having a nice showing in camp. He figured to be in the mix for the third or fourth running back spot with a chance to carve out a role in the offense. Elijah could still make the club, but if he misses the entire preseason, and the coaching staff can't see him in games, it could be very tough to keep him over a player like JaMycal Hasty or Wayne Gallman, who both look good in Saturday's preseason opener. Ouch, bam. I don't know if you agree or not, but JaMycal Hasty was the best running back we had yesterday. So, oh, Elijah, I was dying to see him, too, from what we heard about him. Coach Shanahan has had a chance to review the film from last night's contest versus Chiefs and better assess how his players perform on the game. He jumped on a conference call today and was asked about his quarterbacks. However, he was also asked about several other players. One is second-year wide receiver Juwan Jennings, whom the team drafted out of Tennessee in the 7th round last year. Remember him? It looks like Juwan, he is who we thought he might be. Coach said, quote, I was excited about how Juwan played. He's a physical guy who loves to play football, and I wanted to see it transfer over to the game and make sure that he can still stay under enough control and do the assignments also. If you watched him in the running game, he really got after it, trying to, the maximum effort every play. How he dug out those safeties on blocks, how he's blocking on the backside, on the corners. Shanahan, that's Shanahan, but if you block for Shanahan, you already are high on his list. And then when he got his opportunities, and Shanahan continues, when the ball was thrown to him, he came through. We hit him on that seam, hit him on a couple of screens that he hit hard and got us, I think, 2 first downs on them. I was happy with Juwan. Unquote. Jalen, man, you got to show up next week, bro. It's heating up. I got 6 guys already picked right now. There's 1 spot open. Another receiver, Simba Webster, looks ready to take over the game on the offense and special teams at the end. The Niners claimed him off waivers from the LA Rams on July 21st. Shanahan said about Simba, quote, and then Simba, he did a hell of a job. He gave us the spark there at the end to take that lead. That drive was pretty much him and JaMycal Hasty. He started it off with that kick return, then was followed by a reverse. I was just happy how he ran the ball. The game didn't look too big for him. He looked like he enjoyed the physicality of the game. He definitely got himself a chance to be in the mix. Unquote. Go Simba. You know what's so funny? Because over in L.A., Tutu Atwell, I was watching him. I said, that's why y'all got rid of Simba, huh? All right. I ain't going to say that about Tutu. That looked pretty good. But that's okay. We needed somebody like this. I didn't even know we had one of these. I remember reading about Simba, but I forgot. I think I looked at his 40 time. I wasn't impressed or something. I said, do it him. Looked like he weighed about $2.95. I'm talking about $2.95. Wait a minute. 59 cents. Listen, my God, he's tiny. He is, but he's tough. I know. Then you have Talanoa Hufanga out of SC. Shanahan was asked if he was encouraged by Talanoa's play last night. Coach Shanahan's response, quote, yes, I am. That was fun to watch him out there. Another guy who plays with a lot of energy, and he's done a decent job in practice. But I wanted to see how he could carry that to the field, and I knew he'd be amped up and ready to go. It was kind of neat because by watching him play live, I felt like there was a little more to him even, a little more energy he played with, And sometimes when that happens, sometimes it can make people just bust their assignments and do worse. But I thought it helped him play better, and I thought it showed up on defense and special teams. Unquote, Talanoa. You know what? Somebody said this is one of those guys that in the game, he looks crazy good. Now, he's been looking good in practice, but in that game yesterday, Talanoa was, every time a play was made outside of the interior, the first thing you seen was Talanoa. Or the second. Or he's like, if somebody misses a tackle or something, Talanoa comes blowing in at 100 miles an hour like the eraser of the mistake. I said, oh, yeah, that boy can play some ball. All right. And regarding Trey, here's what was, I took this question because there were many questions for Trey, about Trey. At what point, and this is for Shanahan, of course, at what point, or I guess, what's the threshold, how would you define the threshold of Trey Lance's play to where you get to a point where he would be getting more reps with the first team? And Coach Shanahan responded with, quote, I don't know. I haven't really defined that for myself either. Just when I think it feels right, when he seems ready, when I think the team seems ready. I mean, we'll continue to mix him in there, but I don't plan on just doing that completely. But Trey, what he showed in that game is, I wish I could have left them there longer. I know he enjoys playing, and he's only been able to play one game in over a year. But I think it was good for him to get out. I think he started out good, got a little excited sometimes, which he does. And you get a little excited, some of your technique and stuff you lose, which will be fun to watch with him. Trey's a guy who's tough on himself and loves to correct things. And since we've had him, he's been very good at correcting mistakes. And there's one thing I just realized. I blame Richie, but that ball was hot coming through there. Trey's got a huge arm. There's no doubt about that. Now what he's got to do with that huge arm is what the Russell Wilson does. Touch, just a little touch, because sometimes your receivers aren't going to be handling because you're throwing bullets. Just pull a string, and that takes a little while to develop too. Just pull the string a little bit. And when he does that, boy, he could be Russell Wilson. Oh, what kind of drug could I put him on? He could be better. We're going to see that develop. Coach feeling pretty much the same things we were. One more player he talked about yesterday. I was, okay, the question was, did running back Trey Sherman do what you expected out there? Coach said, quote, I'd like to see a little bit more from him. I mean, putting the ball on the ground. I've got a lot of confidence in Trey, and I think when he watches the game tape, he'll see that he can do a little bit more. And I don't know if he's got as clean of looks as everyone else, but putting that ball on the ground in that situation can't happen. You can tell, you know how Kyle feels about fumbles, right? The reason why Matty B is over in wherever he is now is because of that. Carlos Hyde also. Shannon writes that stuff down. He never gets over it. So, he's got a JaMycal Hasty. He looked good yesterday, but he's walking on thin ice too. You got to take care of the ball with Shanahan as a running back. Don't be dropping the ball. Shanahan goes on to say, and I expect him to do a little bit better as we get going forward. But fam, I tell you what, no doubt about it though. The best running back versus Chiefs was JaMycal Hasty. Now, if JaMycal Hasty, like everybody else, if the number one offensive line is in there, you have to amplify what you saw from even Trey Lance. You have to amplify what you saw to go up at least two levels with the starting offensive line, because the guys that came in to protect Trey were certainly not very good. And also for the run game, the same thing. So when you saw the twos and threes come out there, things had gotten a little difficult for them. So whatever you saw them do has to be really appreciated. So we're going to see what happens with that. Fam, I want to see what you touch upon tonight as far as Kyle Shanahan's observations on the players that look good. Because as I said, Juwan Jennings, I've already got Debo and Ayuk just like everybody else. I've got Mohamed Sanu at number 3. Number 4, I just added. I already had him penciled in right there anyway. Sherfield, take the spot, man. It's all yours at number 4. Jawan Jennings, you are my number 5. Now, number 6, there's about how many candidates? Because we're going to see between, and I know what you're thinking about River, but River Craycraft, I don't know about throwing him out of the mix. Jalen Hurd obviously still in the mix. Richie James, he is now on thin ice after yesterday's performance. There was no heat on that shot that he missed on the sideline. Richie, what are you doing? Grab the ball. Richie. So who else you got in camp? There's a couple of guys, but those are the guys that are competing for that sixth spot. I got a feeling. We'll see what happens with that. So, anyway, and there's Matty Ass out in Bend, Oregon. What's up, Matty? David Otts, we need the O-line to produce, but it is the first preseason game. We will be okay. Dave, that's absolutely true. I'm worried about Aaron Banks. He's got a shoulder thing going on. Usually an offensive lineman, every time one's been with us and he got hurt immediately, he usually stayed hurt the whole season. So maybe we're lucky that we did not get stupid and get rid of Brunskill's so important right now. Pule SF 49ers LA. We should take a look at City Calamity. Hey, you know, we you know what? He was out there yesterday. So, Adam Carrillo, Simba Webster coming for that return job. I've already given it to him. Richie, your best chance now is to make it as a wide receiver. Forget about return. Simba's going to be the guy. And if something happens to him, we got to look at, we got to say what Thomas looks like. He didn't give any shots yesterday because, it's, I may be so Trey, but you know what? Brunskill got thrown on his butt. But can you imagine? Aaron Banks, he just beat him up and just ran around him completely all the time. So, I can't say that about Brunskill. I got to be grateful for him. We can look at another guy. Actually, Calamete, maybe we can look at him too. But I don't know about Banks. We'll see. And, hey, Eric.
Hey, what's up, Ronbo?
Eric, man, we're fine-tuning what we did yesterday after we evaluated everything that was going on. I looked at what Kyle was talking about, and it's funny because I think we pretty much agree with Kyle what he was talking about as far as Jennings and Simba. And, of course, there was a third guy in there, too.
Mm-hmm.
What did I say? The guys he talked about, nobody disagreed with too much. What did you think? Oh, Talanoa, of course. Hufanga is so easy to like, So, what do you think?
Yeah. Well, I haven't got a chance to watch what Kyle was saying, but my thoughts on the preseason game were, and you took the words right out of my mouth. It was Trey Lance's arm. I mean, the man has such a mean fastball. I mean, the ball was literally going through Richie James' hand, and that's one of the reasons the interceptions were dropped. The ball is coming in at such a velocity. For them too. It's so hard to get a grip on it.
That's a good thing, though. Remember, Kaepernick used to do that, too. But Cap used to do that to guys that were standing right in front of him. Cap, touch. He's not going to catch that. And I never could understand why he knew that. But I don't think Trey's going to have that kind of situation, though. They'll work on him.
Yeah, the pass to Charlie Warner, the pass to Charlie Warner over the middle that he missed, if he puts a little bit of touch on that and slows down the ball, Charlie Warner is going to be able to get that.
Yeah.
Yeah. And obviously, his deep ball looks pretty good. Mm-hmm. We all know that was going to be a good thing.
He can put the juice behind that throw. That's a good thing.
Yeah, but again, if he threw 3 picks yesterday, we'd be having a completely different conversation. The people in the chat would say he's a bust, he's a bust. But again, that's not true. Obviously, he needs to sit. This is one of the reasons he needs to sit starting the first couple weeks of the season. I've said it before. I believe Jimmy needs to start so that Trey can watch the game, the NFL speed. I mean, look at someone like Justin Fields, who's literally out there saying the game is slow for him. If you start week 1, Justin Fields, you play the Rams. Aaron Donald's going to throw you on your neck. It's not going to look good for you. It's not going to look good for you if you're going into that game thinking it's slow.
Yeah.
The NFL speed is completely different, and the last thing you want is Trey Lance going in there. Yeah, the last thing you want is Trey Lance going in there with that same mentality,
Yeah, so I think Justin's one of those guys that says things just to be saying it. I don't know. Who did the Bears play yesterday? Anyway, you need to humble it up because all you do is fire people up. Now, next time, whoever plays them next, all right, You thought it was a little too slow for you? We gonna speed that up today. Yeah, don't motivate people. Just stay
Yeah.
calm and humble, especially as a rookie.
Yeah. And I think Trey Lance is that though. So I don't think
He
we're gonna have
is.
to worry about that.
He said so.
Yeah.
Yeah, he said
But
so. There's a lot of plays he left out there that he wish he could have done better on. That's the kind of attitude you want. That kind of player will improve.
wait, who do you have as your 5 receivers?
Yeah, okay. Of course, Debo and Ayuk. Mohamed Sanu is my number 3. Number 4, I got Sherfield. And number 5, Jawan Jennings. Welcome on in here, man. I'm going to figure out a way to keep you incorporated. That route he ran, I thought maybe the speed may be an issue with him, but he ran a nice route and was hit perfectly. I said, okay, see that? He doesn't need speed. He knows what he's doing. We'll be fine with him. That's my 5.
Yeah, and
right
for
now.
me, for me, I honestly want Sherfield to compete for the number 3 job. I want him to compete with Sanu.
I just think Sanu's
I know
got too much
Sanu's a
experience.
veteran. Yeah, he's a veteran. He has the experience, but I feel like Sherfield should slowly be put into that 3rd position because the man looks for real. Now he doesn't look like an elite receiver yet, but he looks like a viable weapon. You know what I mean?
No doubt about that.
Yeah.
Yeah. And see, that's the thing, Eric. Now we have a room full of legitimate receivers. This is going to be the best wide receiver room we've had since Kyle arrived. Easily. Yeah, finally.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, this is the real room that if Jimmy doesn't succeed with his room, it's not going to look good for him. And if Trey, and I'm not going to expect Trey to be like super good this year, but he has to eventually be able to succeed. Even he even has the offensive line to do it. So both these quarterbacks should be good. That's why it doesn't matter.
Yeah,
it doesn't really matter who starts week 1. No. I just want Jimmy to start week 1 because Trey needs to see the game from the sideline first, and then he can come in. Into live bullets.
There's some seasoning. He needs some seasoning. Not to worry about Jimmy, though. I've been saying this for years. You give Jimmy some tools to work with out there and some wide receivers he'll trust. Watch what happens to him. In New England, that was the case. So we're going to see something especially different this year. I'm certain.
Yeah, and another thing that people keep complaining that Jimmy is always throwing short. What is our offense made of? It's always guys that once they get the ball in their hands, they can get the yards themselves. There is no point in him having to throw the ball 50 yards downfield. There's no reason for that because he can easily get it. Yeah, he can easily get it 10 yards down the field, and they can get the rest. You know what I mean? They're guys that are capable of doing that.
Yeah. Eric, a lot of people
I don't see the hate.
Yeah, a lot of people don't understand. You take what the defense gives you, you make quick decisions, you get the ball out of your hands. Jimmy's thing is get the ball out of your hands quickly. If you stand there too long, first of all, you're going to stress your offensive line, and next, you're probably not going to make the play. If you see the safeties retreating and things like that, and your guys just not getting off the mark, chances are good that's not a high percentage throw. You got to use judgment. A lot of people don't understand that, and they start saying things like they say. Decisions and judgments have to be made. You don't try to make the fans happy by bombing downfield for a potential pickoff or just an incomplete pass. This is something that a lot of people just don't understand. When Jimmy's tearing up the middle of the field, that's what the defense gave you. So, yeah. Well, as long as we move the ball is what's important.
Yeah, and another thing, Jimmy, you mentioned that Jimmy has a really good release, and the timing of the play is really fast. And another thing with that, though, is we haven't really had a good offensive line. Yeah. And it's much improved this year. In 2019, we were missing both our tackles, and then we missed our center for a majority of the playoffs. So those things that are coming back are going to add to what Jimmy already did. He threw 27 touchdowns and nearly 4,000 yards, and it's on a team that only runs the ball. It's ridiculous.
Eric, we're going to pull up. Let me tell you what. It's funny because since we had a game on Saturday, we got Monday Night Raw coming up tomorrow. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye, fam.
Bye, Ronbo.
Have a great night. Night. And it is Chill Pill Phil. Phil, get in here, man.
Hey, Ronbo.
Hey, are you? I'm talking about the guys that Kyle Shanahan seems to be excited about. I think that everybody agrees that Talanoa Funga, along with I gotta get the names. Of course, Simba. I'm going to get pretty soon. His name's going to be a household name, and I'm always going to be able to remember him from now on, too. But I tell you,
You know,
and
those
Jennings,
backup safeties, the backup wide receivers, some of the running backs are going to have to do special teams.
mm-hmm.
Your backup tight ends are going to have to do special teams.
Which is good.
So that comes into play when they're going to make decisions about who's playing and who's not. So, or who's making the team and who's not.
You got to do both.
The special teams is going to have a makeup on that.
That's
so,
right.
The guys that are performing on special teams are going to have inroads versus the guys that don't. And, that's just the way it is. But, that's what you got to, when you're thinking about those last guys, they don't play special teams. They're probably not going to make the team. So
yeah, because you got to do two
unless
things.
You have a real special talent, unless you have a real special talent coming off the bench, unless you play special teams, you're not going to make the team. So,
that's why.
That's my take. But the other thing is when you talk about the run game, who are probably the two most important players on the 49ers offense that makes that run game go?
Yeah.
It's Kittle and Juice. And they didn't play.
Yes. And neither one of them played. Yes. And that's why I like Hasty even more.
So you got to put that in perspective. Also, Trent Williams didn't play. And Brunskill got his feet tangled up when he was getting blocked by Chris Jones. But, Chris Jones is a pretty good player.
I mean, isn't Chris Jones a Pro Bowler? Yeah.
Yeah, he's the one that killed our Super Bowl when he blocked the pass from Jimmy and going to George.
Yeah.
But, he's a good player. Brumskill got his feet caught up. I'm okay with going to war with Brumskill at guard.
Mm-hmm.
I am totally okay with that. And, Banks, offensive lineman's going to take time to learn the nuances of pro football. It's just, that's the way it is.
Every year.
Defensive line, it's a little easier, but offensive line, it's not as easy.
Unless you're
Quentin Nelson. You got to be thinking out there.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, there's very few of those.
There's very few,
But, I'm okay with Banks as a backup. I'm also, what's his name, Moore, played pretty good at left tackle.
Yeah, I thought he wasn't bad.
They didn't call his number very much, so... I'm sure he had some problems on tape that they're going to coach him up, but overall, you didn't hear his number get called too much.
No, and I'd rather that be the case. I don't want to hear you flagging. You don't need to jump. Just come on.
So I think we got a pretty good player right there in the draft, and things will work out. But once we get our full unit in place, when we play the Raiders for dress rehearsal, that'll be the game to watch. And
Phil, isn't this week the dress rehearsal game against
the
Chargers?
No, Shanahan already said week 3 because he's got two weeks between the Raider game and the game 1 against Detroit. Because he's got that 2 weeks, he's using that as the dress rehearsal.
Okay.
But they've got a full week of scrimmaging with the Chargers this week. They're going to go down to San Diego and practice down there. So, yeah.
All right.
So hopefully we stay healthy, and so far so good. Minor injuries, stuff that only takes a week or two. That's okay.
And
those things happen in preseason.
Yeah.
And so far, I'm knocking on wood that we stay healthy and we're good to go week 1.
Yeah, I give you a knock, Phil. Oh man.
Yeah.
and we sustained only.
But anyway, that's
1, 2. Well, we got 2 guys out yesterday. I mean, Elijah Mitchell's a complete shock, and then of course Aaron Banks, Big Banks will be out for like 2 to 3 weeks, depending on what the shoulder situation is.
But we're getting a bunch of guys back,
And then there's
Kyle
that.
Said, Aziz's coming back, Algiers coming back.
All those guys that we were talking about.
Back, so, yeah.
You notice he didn't say anything about Nick and D.
Well,
Nick,
let's put it this way.
Somebody tie Nick up. Tie him up. Tie him up. No, Nick.
Exactly.
No.
They're not going to play those guys until the Oakland game. They're going to go out and play a few lines of scrimmage, and that would be it.
Yep.
You're not going to risk their premier pass rushers on a practice game. So, those guys know how to play the position. They've been in the league long enough.
Even Nick.
Nick knows the position.
Yep.
D's been there forever. I mean, don't worry about them.
I tell you.
So.
I am not. The only thing I'm worried about is not to get them out there too soon. Man. Did we?
Yeah.
Phil,
And,
did you say anything about? Did you say San Diego? Did I say San Diego? We're getting called out on the chat.
Yeah, well, I can't change.
I can't fight it either.
I remember
call,
when
Kim.
John Hadel was their quarterback. So, I mean,
So, yeah, it sounds weird to call them the L.A. Chargers. It's just strange.
Yeah. Yeah, they're always going to be San Diego to me.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, and the Rams,
Right,
the Rams don't want them over there anyway. Rams should still be. We should be calling them St. Louis. All right, Phil.
Yeah.
I'll be back tomorrow, Phil.
Well,
Let's see
the
what
Rams have
develops.
moved several places, so
Yeah, I know, right?
they're
Refugees.
homeless. The homeless Rams.
Them and the Raiders.
All right, Rambo.
All right, fam. See you tomorrow. Good stuff, Phil.
Take care.
You too.
Bye.
All right, bye. You know the season's rolling when you see Sharon over and over and over. Sharon. Sharon. Sharon? Sharon. I thought you were Sharon. Well, Sharon, we're getting a kick out of Kyle Shanahan, who really made him smile yesterday. Hufanga, Simba, our new return man, as Richie James is probably gotten outplayed badly, and it's not even close. So we got Simba, and of course Jawan Jennings out there looking really good. I tell you, Sharon, did you see? There's some other guys that really looked good. I thought that Jonas Griffith looked good too. Kyle didn't say anything about him, but Jonas looked good to me. I like him as a linebacker. He's had to play special teams.
He did.
Yeah. But you can touch upon any of the other players that you think Kyle may have missed, or are you going to amplify what Kyle's thinking about those three players I just mentioned, and Jennings, Hufanga, and Simba?
I think Kyle's already made up his mind who he's going to put on the roster.
Mm-hmm.
But my four, I think, was Hufanga, McCall, Jennings, and Lenore.
Oh,
I know there were some others that stood out, but those four right there are going to make the cut.
Kyle
They're
didn't.
going to make the team.
I got to go back and read it. Maybe Kyle did say something about. There was just one article I read, but he didn't say anything about Lenore. He should have. Maybe Kyle thinks, well,
Yeah, because Lenore did good.
he looked great. He surprised
Yeah,
everybody.
he did.
I would give him the game ball.
He shocked me.
He shocked everybody. We've just heard bad things about him getting beat all day in practice. But we have to realize our receivers are not bad. If you get beat by our receivers, you got beat by some talented dudes. It's okay.
Right. And I know I was like, with Trey, I was impressed. I was like, oh my God, he aired it out. I was like, wow.
That was pretty.
I was on my feet when he did that one.
You know, Sherfield said they had been working on that all week long. I actually thought he just
They
pulled
might
that
have
out
a
of his hat.
connection with each other.
They do.
Yeah.
Sherfield, they've talked about that. They've got chemistry already. So Sherfield's not getting cut by any stretch of the imagination.
No, he'll make the team. But as far as Richie, I don't think Kyle's going to let him go because he doesn't want nobody else to get him. Because if he lets him go, he's going to end up being good. But
Richie
I think
James?
Richie's going to stay around
Wait.
for a minute.
Richie,
Yeah.
only Richie. I know Richie James. Okay.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I like Richie. I just wish, he's
I
had.
I like him too, but I think he turned around too quickly. He could have had that ball. And then Brandon IU, I'm surprised he dropped the ball. He
He
could
did
have
the
had
same
that
thing,
too.
didn't he? Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
See, because if you're gonna get mad at Richie, you gotta get mad at Brandon too.
Talent and with Trey Lance getting sacked twice or so, I mean, it wasn't his fault. We're playing with our third stringers, so when we get our real unit back, it's going to be on like Donkey Kong, I tell you.
Yes, indeed. I can't wait for that. We'll see them against the Raiders. And And Sharon, is there any team you'd rather
Yeah.
beat up on during the dress rehearsal more than the Raiders? I don't have a problem with the Chargers, but to beat up on the Raiders in a dress rehearsal game, that's as good as my favorite pizza, and I'm gonna have one for that game
Chargers I
too.
don't have no problems with, but I would like to win that game. But the Raiders, let's beat them up all day, every day.
It's because of Raider fans. I would maybe not
Yeah,
even hate the Raiders so much and root for their
we could
fans.
put some damage on Carr. We could put some damage on Carr. I can't wait to see that one.
Poor Carr. This is Gruden's been
Yeah,
trying
I
to.
feel sorry for the guy.
People think Kyle doesn't like Jimmy. I wonder what they think Gruden feels about Carr.
I'm
This is
surprised
it.
Jimmy only got one rep at
one
the game.
sequence?
He only got one rep. He didn't.
No,
he didn't get to play it all.
That was the plan. Jimmy comes in, makes a cameo,
Yeah.
and sit down and get traded. It's gonna be that way again, probably next week too. We don't
Yeah, I
need
think they're
training
just
reps.
saving all our guys until September, so
Yeah. Trey needs reps.
we don't need no injuries.
Yeah, Jimmy doesn't need any reps. But
No,
Trey
no.
needs all the reps he can get. So we're going to see. I imagine maybe the same amount. Maybe Josh Rosen gets a little more time than he did this week. I don't know.
Didn't she look like? Oh, that was what I want to say. Me and my mom was talking about that. We were saying he was kind of looking like Nick Mullins out there. I was like, saying, "You're right. You're right."
Oh, Sharon, that's just cruel. You didn't know. My God, he's a first-round draft pick, Sharon. And you said he looked like Nick Mullins. Oh,
A little bit.
Josh,
a little
I
bit,
hope you're
not
not watching
much,
this.
but a
I'm
little.
sorry, Josh. Oh, God. And Nick threw a couple of picks, I understand, yesterday. Oh, Nick.
Yeah, he did. He did. I heard about that too.
Man. Josh, though, he looked composed on a couple of plays, and I did like some of the things he did.
Yeah.
He doesn't get much practice
I did
during the
too.
week. Yeah, so Josh is,
Right. But I think he'll make it. He'll make the team.
yeah, because we're not keeping Sudfeld, I don't think. Unless Kyle's just
No.
giving Rosen every chance to prove that he
I
doesn't need
think
to keep
he'll be the
Sudfeld.
one to be cut. Yeah.
God, man. We're going to see.
Well, that was a good game. Good game.
Yeah, it was. I just wish we could have
The
seen Elijah
Cowboys
Mitchell.
lost.
Cowboys? There's nothing unusual about that, Sharon.
Cowboys lost.
Mama,
No,
don't let your
but it was funny.
babies grow up.
I had to rub it in with my brother. You know that.
Cowboys. You know, everybody, all of us know a Cowboys fan, and most of them I know.
Oh, yeah.
I can't find them most of the time, except for last year when they beat us in that game.
I
Then they
got
were all-
two that I
all-
live with.
Oh, man, that's rough. Yuck, ew. You see a Cowboys towel in the bathroom or something. And oh,
Right.
what is this? Oh, throw it in the garbage. Sharon, we're going to go.
Right.
I'll be back tomorrow night for Raw.
All right,
all right?
Rumbo.
Hey,
All
have a
right,
great
well,
night, sir.
most definitely. Good night.
All right,
All right,
bye.
bye.
And it's, Sharon's back and so is Dre. San Francisco Dre.
Ronbo.
Dre, good to hear from you, fam.
What up, Ronbo?
Oh, man, I'm just sitting there, man. We got everything's put into place now. We look solid up and down in every unit. I've been crying about the wide receivers for years. Ain't no more than crying now. I got Debo and Ayuk, Mohamed Sanu or Trent Sherfield. You could put them either 3 or 4 if you want to. So I just got told that Sherfield should be number 3. Okay, fine. Just make sure Sanu's out on the field. I got number 5. I got Juwan Jennings. At number 6, oh, man, Dre, you can give me your feeling on all your receivers as well. Jawan Jennings, how do you feel about, and Simba? Dre,
I love Simba.
I'm not sure what
Simba,
we go
he's
do.
a
He's going to
dog.
be the return man. But the way he did that jet sweep yesterday, Kyle, maybe every now and then, instead of trying to get one of my starters hurt, run Simba around that corner. Man, Dre, let me shut up so you can talk. What are you thinking?
Man, nah, I'm listening, Ronbo. I'm all ears. I just want to say what's up to you. It's been a minute for me. I've been in school, but I've been listening. I just haven't had the time to call, but I've been listening, man. And as far as this yesterday game, man, I loved it. I mean, Simba is my dude.
Yeah.
That's the dude right there. And I was listening to the previous caller. She's right. Brandon Ayuk did drop a pass. And so did Richie.
No.
I don't give a hoot. You know the rest. Trying to keep it PG-13.
Appreciate that. Appreciate it,
He
too.
was supposed to catch that ball.
I mean, there was no bullet velocity on that. Richie?
Right.
You know, that
the
was
one that went to Brandon had velocity on it. Like he
Yeah.
was just a bullet, and it hit his hands. And, And his, I don't know. But my thing was, it was a great game.
Yeah.
It was great. What was going on with the defense? So that's what I
Yeah,
wanted to know.
they got a little wore out, because I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, our stars wasn't in. I understand that. But for
Dude,
the
that kind of
backups to
that
our
worries me a
original
little bit,
star,
though. I want them
it
guys to be
worried
able to
me too.
stand
I
on
was
their own.
very worried.
They're going against twos. I want y'all to look good against them twos and threes. You're a 2 and a 3, all right? Don't get outplayed. Well, okay, let's see what happens this
Right.
week. Yeah. You know,
I don't really know. I don't really care. It worried me. I was sitting there with my hand on my head, like, what in the? Did he just run past him? Was that a blown cover? The receiver was over there, sir, not in the. Oh Lord! And but for the most part, Lenore, he's a dog. He's a beast. I can't wait to see him and both on the field together.
He was the surprise of the day.
Everybody.
Yeah.
I still think Mr. Thomas, he gonna shock the world. Everybody trying to just throw him to the wolves because this was just his first little game and his little hiccup, whatever. But he gonna be a dog. He gonna be a beast. He ain't scared. You know what I'm saying? He ain't scared. He ain't worried. I got faith in that man. I watched him. That man's a beast. He can play. He just needs a little time. You know what I'm saying? And as far as Trey, both of them.
Yeah.
I didn't call in, Ronbo. I ain't gonna take up too much time, but I didn't call in, and I didn't heard everybody. Jimmy, you need to sit down, Jimmy, and start this person. And now I'm hearing a whole bunch of everybody. Well, maybe he do need to sit out behind Jimmy for a year, Ronbo. You right, Ronbo. You ain't really a Trey hater after all. You just for the team, Ronbo.
Thank you.
Man.
Jesus.
Come on, man. We all know that boy. Did you see him hold on to the ball? I mean, I love him. He's a dog. I like
He's gonna be
him.
great.
He's got heart. He's gonna be a beast. He's gonna be a beast. But I'm just saying, look, the man needs to sit down. He needs to be seasoned. He needs to be groomed just like everybody else. You gotta crawl before you walk. You know what I'm saying? But he was a dog, and Trey, that boy, man, I can't wait to see him out there. I thought I was watching Patrick Mahomes. You see the way he threw that deep ball, Ronbo?
He's got a cannon. And the way he zipped. And what I enjoyed, too, the way he knew exactly from snap what he was going to do. That rollout looked like a big rainbow. He went over to a spot. He found him, he preceded his receiver downfield. He knew just where to put that ball for him to get it. Booyah!
He wasn't scared. He wasn't scared. The thing that I love about him that worries me about Jimmy, and I love Jimmy, Jimmy, I got his jersey right here. You know what I'm saying? It worries me is that he ain't scared to take a hit.
Yeah.
He ain't scared of that hit. He'll take that hit to deliver that throw. And he did that yesterday, and it got us an extra 15 yards. Thank you very much. Jimmy, I was listening to a couple of people. They wasn't dogging him. They were actually Jimmy fans, and they was like, "Well, what happens with Jimmy is he scrambles, and that's how he gets his stuff hurt."
Yeah, but you know what? He's got to be able to maneuver within that pocket. Now he used to do that when he first came. I want to see more of that. I feel sometimes our offensive line now is able to protect him, so maybe that's not going to have to be because Jimmy's thing, his skill set is getting rid of that ball and getting rid of the ball really quickly. But there are times.
What's up with the check down throws?
Yeah, well, so that's when usually he didn't find what he wanted to quickly. And again, getting rid of the ball quickly. Jimmy's not trying to get out of the pocket. That's another thing. Right. That's what I want to see more of. Negotiate that pocket like you did when you first came. He used to be able to feel pressure, and I remember he wouldn't even look. He knew where it was coming from. He would keep his eyes downfield, and he'd find his target. I want to see more of that. I don't know if Shanahan's training took that away from him, because you've seen some things taken away from Trey yesterday, I think, as well. Kyle has disciplines he wants you to fall into, and I guess if you don't do it, I don't know what he says or does to you, but everybody does what Kyle says. So we'll see.
But then I think, again, that didn't start happening until Jimmy tore that ACL. And coming from a person who tore your ACL is nothing like somebody 300 pounds chasing you behind. Okay, because if they pull you down a certain way and your
They're gonna
legs
fold you
roll a
up.
certain way,
Oh,
it's over. You didn't tour it again, and you're done for the season. And everybody's calling you washed up. In reality, you're not washed up. You're just a 300-pound linebacker ended up on your ankle. That's all. But hell, what do we know about football, right?
And Dre, we got to worry. What we got to worry about too is now, if that is the case, don't be overly cautious out there, because when you start being overly cautious, now you're not going to be able to focus on playing. I do worry about that though. So
That's what his problem is. If he stopped babying that knee, because I baby mine, and this has been over 10 years ago, that pain was just horrible. If
you still
quit
feel that pain,
babying
don't you,
that
Dre?
knee,
Yes.
yes, I do. It's never the same. Like even the way you can't bend it a certain way because it pops the way it did the first time. It's never going to be the same. But everybody, I'm back. I'm gonna see y'all again, and I know I'll have a couple of haters that's gonna come in and say something about what I said about
Deal
y'all
with 'em.
picking on Ronbo.
Deal with him,
But
Dre.
I got you. Come holler at me. See me on
Thanks,
Twitter.
fam.
You know what it is. You already, Ronbo. Stay breezy.
I'll see you tomorrow, fam. Have a great night.
You already. You
I
too.
do, Dre. And it's time for Papa Dragon. Pop, get in there, Dr. Pop. Pop is my therapist. I can no longer tell people. I was always taking pride in being able to say I'm one of the only people I know that doesn't need a therapist or doesn't have one.
Oh my God. You're terrible. You do need a therapist though.
My mama told me that even at 12 years old.
She said, Ronbo, stop putting them girls on them pedestals. You don't put Jimmy G on a pedestal.
No,
So
G's not on no pedestal of mine. I just see him as he's got his skill set. It's not recognized by a lot of people, but I do appreciate the way Jimmy's first thing is get rid of the ball quickly. If you got his protection, get rid of the ball quickly, put it in the playmaker's hands. When that long shot comes, take it, but still. But go ahead. I also hit upon, because I know you're going after Jimmy. Give me some about Jennings, Simba, and not only Hufanga.
Absolutely. I start with the best. Hufanga. One of the reasons why I fell in love with him was because of the tape. When I watched the tape, he was just making plays, and I'm like, how's this guy making all these plays? Like, he was playing cornerback, he played defensive line.
Just moving.
I've seen him play linebacker. He's always around the ball. It's like when I'm watching this film, I'm like, this dude is a playmaker, and he reminds me of Wes Borland, that type of guy, or like a Chris Spielman, the guys who don't have like these big numbers, or Frank Gore. They don't have these big 40 times and stuff like that, but they just play ball.
Yeah.
They can play. They got good game speed and things like that. So
there's that key word too, game speed. A lot of people don't understand what that means.
Game speed.
Yeah.
Well, what that means is that there's a defensive end back named Michael Mula, who was drafted in the first round. I think he was 7th overall at the Eagles. He was like 6'7", 265 pounds, and ran a 4.5 40. And basically it didn't do jack in the league. It didn't do anything.
The tools to do so.
Yeah, well, that's measurables. I mean, the real measurables that matter at the combine really is the quick twitch stuff, like the shuttle runs and things like that. How fast you can change direction, how fast you're going to get to those certain small area drills. Strength plays a role too, but overall, it's game tape. Jennings, I think Jennings played a good game. I think he'll be on the. If it was my team, I would keep 4 tight ends and I would put Jennings on the practice squad because he's just not fast enough. He plays good, but I'm more excited about Matthews because Matthews is going to give you a lot more flexibility and versatility. So I'm more happy with him.
I wasn't even working on that room. I got Matthews is on my tight end group no matter what. I didn't think about taking away from the wide receiver room, but I feel you on that.
Go ahead. The only reason why I say that is because because you could put him in the slot, you could split him out wide. Is if he will beat just about any linebacker in NFL. So that's where he's like one of those things that forces you to bring in a linebacker and try to match up. So I think that he'll do well there. I think that obviously Hurt's going to make the team. I like Webster, but you know what? People don't get overexcited about
Okay,
preseason and
wait.
overreact.
I want to protect. I want to just defend my position on that because Richie,
No.
I'm not. Richie's not. Richie, please, you should be better than last year. He ain't.
Well, I mean, what you're seeing happen right now in the preseason games, you see really what we've been hearing about in practice. So Richie has been having because Richie's a body catcher. He's not a
I know.
hands
See,
catcher,
and you know how that
and you got to
goes.
be a hands catcher. You got to be a
Yes.
hands catcher. You got to be that snatch the ball out of the air situation
That
kind
means
of
you
a
got.
guy.
That means they can say you have hands. You have hands. They
Exactly.
can say that wide receiver's
Soft
got great
hands,
hands.
right?
Yeah.
Got soft hands.
Yeah. Richie
So
got soft chest.
he's got hard hands and a soft chest.
That doesn't work in the NFL.
No, so he's got to pick it up. I think that he'll be because we get to keep 16 players in the practice squad again because of COVID. So there'll be a pretty substantial. I mean, obviously they'll put people there first, right? They'll put people there first, to be my opinion. As far as the quarterback position, though, Garoppolo did Garoppolo. Jimmy G money was Jimmy G money, so that's cool. And obviously Trey was in school. And it was obvious that he was in school because based on the tape I'm looking at, I'm seeing a kid go through progressions very quickly. And that was the deal. His job that night was to go through his progressions as quickly as possible, knowing that he wasn't going to have very much time, which led to 4 sacks.
He didn't either. That offensive line collapsed like a chair.
Look at his body language. He was back there looking, protecting himself. It wasn't your typical, I can't run. You can tell he was within the framework of the offense. And that's good for him because he's learning how to play quarterback at the NFL level. Unlike a lot of these other, out of all the quarterbacks this weekend, he may not have had the overall best day, but he had the best learning experience because out of all of them, he was the one that routinely got through just about all of his progressions on almost all of his snaps compared to the other guy.
And just I want to spotlight and piggyback on that. Just I don't know if it's true or not, but it sounds true. Somebody said that Kyle did not want Trey scrambling and running yesterday. It looked like that.
That's
there
true.
was one time
that's
when
true.
I know he could have ran for the first down, but he didn't. But go ahead.
No, that's true. Then that's exactly true. But the problem is like once you kind of open up that can and you let the genie out, you can't put the genie back in.
True.
So whether people realize it or not, Justin Fields had a good game, but he had a terrible game. He had a terrible game as an NFL quarterback from the pocket. He left the pocket too soon. He wasn't going through his progressions. The same thing he did in college. So a lot of what you saw was these guys doing the same thing they did in college.
And then walked around talking trash. It ain't too fast for me. Oh, Justin, man, come on, man.
Oh, yeah. No, wait. You wait
stop.
until people start game planning. We don't game plan in preseason, little man. We don't game plan in preseason, cuz. You wait till they start game planning for you.
I just found out he said that. I didn't even know. Come on, Justin. You could have said anything but that.
Well, yeah. So we'll see if it's fast enough for him next week.
I know. They're going to be waiting for him now. Bob, we're going to be back to Monday Night Raw. Be looking for you.
All right, brother.
All right, man. Have a great night. And give our best
to
man. The Dragonettes.
Oh, I will, man. Shit, I got to take them both in tomorrow for COVID tests.
Good.
It's crazy. All right, brother.
All right, fam.
All right, man. Appreciate it. Bye.
Speaking of which, I wonder how Denise is doing. I got to go back to Twitter today. If you get a chance, Denise Granger, go over and give her a shout. All right, we got to support Denise right now. I'm late. After we get through the show, Denise Granger, Twitter, Denise Granger on Twitter. Friend her up and say hi, Denise. Just here to see how you doing. Hey, who's that? Is that Derek?
Yeah.
Derek, come on in, Derek.
Hello.
Yeah. Derek? Hello?
Ronbo.
Yeah. Derek, I said, wait a minute. I heard a voice just now. I remember Derek from last time. Derek, get in here, man. What are you doing?
Just sitting here eating Oreos, listening to you and Papa Dragon.
Derek, that's really funny.
Cookies and milk before bed,
I'm glad you said because I don't tell nobody, but I enjoy me some Oreos. I got this thing about Oreos and chocolate chip cookies as well. Those are Derek. Those are two things that you probably shouldn't eat because of the calories and grease and sugar. But my God,
Oh yeah, I control it nowadays.
It's
I'm
good.
just over 30, so I try to watch them. I used to crush them back in the day, but I try not to now.
Crumble that Oreo into some ice cream. Okay, let me not get anybody. Don't do that. It's a bad thing. Derek knows.
Yeah, but observations, Ronbo. A lot of the rookies look good. I think Richie James. I think he's on his way out, Ronbo. Just looking at the depth we actually have now, it's not realistic. You know, he's not physical. When you're not already gifted, you got to go out. When you're not physically gifted, you got to go out and do something, right? Yeah, and he's not working. He didn't even look pressed about missing. When he dropped that ball on the sideline, Ronbo,
made everybody mad. It wasn't too hot. Maybe the other one, maybe the first time it was a little hot. Okay, but that second one wasn't hot.
Yeah.
Richie, pull that thing down. So
Yeah. I like the kid we got doing returns now. We'll see how he pans out.
Simba Webster.
Hafanga. Probably butchering that, but he looks really good. The safety kid, I think he's going to be really good. He was all over the place.
Didn't he look at home out there?
That's what they said.
Yeah, he looked very much at home out there. Yeah, he did.
Yeah, he looks to take you out, too.
I know,
he doesn't play that. So.
Headhunter. I like that.
Also, I'm very pleased with Diamador.
Yes.
He looked really, really good as far as pressuring receivers and staying with them.
Over him.
I mean, he may not be able to guard number one, but you
wouldn't put him in that position.
I'm not going to rule him out. He looked good last night versus everybody they put on him. I know they're backups, that they're playing backups.
And Derek, one question. Did you think Ambry Thomas may have gotten a flag on 2 plays that he didn't get? I seen Ambry Thomas say, Ambry, you know what?
Yeah, you got to be careful. He was doing a lot of touches.
Little hands, yes.
A lot of touches.
You got away with that?
Yeah.
And he got away with it again? Uh-oh. Okay.
And then, I don't know, but see, he didn't play. He opted out last year. So
yeah, so give him some time.
You got to kind of give him time. Yeah, Trey gets time. It's only fair to give him time.
Yeah.
But I like the situation that the team is in right now. I actually think the kid Moore is going to be all right, and he might be our swing. The one who was playing left, yeah.
Yeah.
Actually, because, see, he used to be a basketball player.
I saw that
clip.
If
I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah, I think he used to play basketball, and that means his movement will come.
You know who else used to play basketball? Aaron Banks. I seen Banks posting a dude. He was driving on him, leaning his shoulder into it. I said, look, Banks can play basketball? Dang.
It's just, I think they just need to catch up to the game speed. Do we know how long Kansas City left in their defense? Did they pull them kind of early, too? I wasn't sure about that.
Most of the first quarter. Yeah, Trey was playing against the first quarter.
They did play most of it.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
well, they didn't look that damn good then. If that was their starters.
That was their starters.
Because when Trey was rolling out, he's fast.
Ain't he?
He
got to that spot quick.
Now, the thing that I like that people aren't going to give credit to is if he's learning under Jimmy, he's going to pick up that quick twitch, pull the trigger, across the middle and stuff like that.
And
so I think
reads,
it's a good situation.
And your reads, not everybody wants to see that ball blasted downfield on every shot. But if the read, and like even John Lynch pointed out, he had Ayuk underneath. You got to take that, don't stress your offensive line any more than necessary, and also get the ball in your playmakers' hands. That big play will come up eventually here and there. But don't always go for that. But him and Sherfield, according to Sherfield, they've been working on that all week. There was no way he couldn't wait to do that play. And he did it. Yeah. It was beautiful.
That kid's impressive, too.
Yeah. Sherfield,
they said he's a first in, last out kind of guy. So, and it shows, He's got grit. I think we're in a really good position now. I don't have much else to say. Outside of Richie James, he probably looks the worst with no excuse. He's been around. You want to play receiver, then show it. What else? Because Richie's been with us for 3 years?
At least. maybe
Yeah,
4.
I'm pretty sure he's been there for. Yeah, it's just
This is his
not
4th
looking
year.
good. He's
I think this is
small.
his 4th year. Isn't this contract
I
year
don't
for
know what they're
Richie?
gonna do with him.
This has got to be contract year for
Yeah,
Richie.
because you got to think about we have so much depth and people trying to make the team. If Jalen Hurd comes out and
See?
does something next week, Richie's out.
That's it.
He's got to be the odd man out.
I think everybody would agree with that. No matter who your 6 are, Richie would not be a part of the 6. You might make him at number 7,
No.
but I don't know about 6.
And he's missed games with injuries. I don't know. Because then he hurt his wrist last year and missed a couple games to open.
That's a technique
all he
you
does
use
is fair
now.
catch.
That's a technique if you don't want to get get hurt just before the cut, and then now they got to put you on the IR.
Yeah, all right, Ronbo. Keep this thing rolling, Ronbo. I'm gonna be listening.
Derek, I'm looking. Hey, be back tomorrow looking for you too. All right.
Hey, you got it.
Thanks,
Got it,
man.
Ronbo.
Night, Derek. And Raul.
Hello.
Raul, man, we're sitting back here looking at some of the things that happened yesterday. We've already talked about the stars of yesterday, but man, Kyle mentioned some guys he's really excited about. Kyle, the man doesn't tell you who he's excited about, but he mentioned Jawan Jennings, he mentioned Simba, who he loved Ofanga. I said, look at Kyle, man, because Kyle, we do that as fans, but you're supposed to let them guys know they got to work hard before you get the nod from you. Because Bill Belichick would never tell one guy on his team how good a job he's doing. That's why they hate him. But that brings the best out of your players sometimes. But Raul, what do you think about those 3 guys and any other observations you want to make on yesterday's performance?
No, I think everybody's hitting it on the button. I've seen the game. I thought it was interesting. I think everybody you guys have named so far is impressed. Hasty, Simba, Diamador, even Aaron Banks. Besides that, him getting hurt, obviously that sucks. And Brunskill, I don't know if everybody's seen, but somebody broke it down and analyzed that he stepped on Trey Sherman's foot. Besides that, he was looking good. Yeah.
Oh, really?
Oh, no, was it Brunskill or when he got ran over? But I think, damn, was it? I think it was Brunskill, yeah. I think he stepped on Trey Sherman's foot, and that's why he fell back. But kind of looked like he got ran over or bulldozed.
See,
that wasn't the case.
Yeah, these are the things. This is what time working together will do. Now Trey's going to know. He's going to know what Brunskill does, and he's going to know to give him room in the future. So these are the things
sure.
when I say.
And I don't think Kyle Shanahan was. I think the reason why he was hyping it up because it's still game 1. So I bet you preseason game 2 or 3, he's gonna say the same thing you just said. Like they need to step it up. Yeah, just that one flash in the plan play ain't gonna get you on this team.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, most of them are rookies. But man, Hufanga impressed during special teams. That was good to see. Had me kind of excited seeing him just fly out there chasing after it, He was getting to the people carrying the ball before anybody else, and he was farther away. It doesn't make no sense. And not just on special teams, but whenever he was playing and he made a tackle, it looked like he beat somebody else.
Dude was going down. Him. Yes.
Yeah.
And you know what I love, too? He would clean up a play. Remember the dude slipped out of one dude's tackle? Who fucking came in like Superman.
Oh, yeah.
Whoa, man. Stop that right now. Like, all right, that's Talanoa.
Yeah, you're going to have to beat him for sure. You're going to have to beat him to the ball because he looked like he just flying out there.
God, that's game
that
speed.
Looked good. Simba Webster impressed me, too, with that one kick return. Sherfield, he's looking nice. Hope he does make the 53-man roster, which I got him going on. So, but whatever. I don't know what everybody else thinks about that. I know they have them on a bubble. Richie James, man. I hope he bounces back. Not just, even whether he stays on this team or not. I hope he gets a job somewhere because we know what he's capable of. We all know. We see the flashes. We've seen him do it in games against Green Bay. Everybody knows he balled out that day.
That's true.
So he has the potential. I just don't know if he's in a rut or what. But, I'm excited, Ronbo, this year. I'm going to the next preseason game. So right here in L.A., the Chargers is going to be nice. Yeah, I'll hopefully see some more fire from the rookies. Should be nice.
Hey, Raul, send me a note at rumblesports@gmail.com, will you? Let's hook you up Saturday so I can get you remote live from L.A. It's Raul. Raul, what are you seeing, man? And, give us a little bit, all right?
All right, got you, Ronbo. You guys have a good one. All right,
You too,
faithful.
fam. Have a
Later.
good night.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, man. It's going to be fun, man. 49ers got to go down there. And I got to tell you, they say I think, because here in San Francisco area, we believe that we have the best Mexican food in Cali. I hate to say it, but they say the best Mexican food, and it could be closer to the border. The reason why, the best Mexican food you're going to get is in SoCal, LA area. And people, hey, if you're from Texas and start talking about Tex-Mex, we've been having this argument for years. We still say Cali has the best Mexican cuisine. Shabazz. Shabazz.
Ronbo.
Shabazz, man. Did you enjoy that game yesterday? Was that funny or what? Shabazz, we talked to you yesterday, though. But I think, I'm like, hopefully you have seen what happened. Because Jennings, we've been thinking about Jennings for how long? All of last year and into this year. We got some Jennings yesterday, and Kyle loves him. We got some Simba yesterday, so we got a return man that's going to keep us in good field position on every punt and kick. And then you got Hufanga. That boy he looked so good out there, and he ain't even polished yet. I'm talking about a rookie in his first preseason game. Shabazz.
Man, that was good, Ronbo.
Oh, man. Can't wait till these guys get better, until they grow up a little bit.
I like the fact that Shanahan didn't give nobody nothing. I've had a chance to see some other media outlets try to find a flaw in Lance. Look, he can get the ball downfield. We ran vanilla plays, which we're supposed to run. We're not going to show anybody anything.
Never do.
Our veterans who's already on the team aren't being exposed. Trey took a couple hits. That's the only thing I didn't like. I don't want him in there too long, taking a couple hits. And we don't have to give nobody nothing, even in that dress rehearsal. We don't have to give nobody nothing, Ronbo. We don't want nobody having no type of take on what Trey's skill set is at all.
He ain't never
Let
gonna do
Justin Fields light up the preseason, okay?
Talking smack.
I don't care about no doggone preseason, man. Shanahan knows what he's doing. Everybody is just, some people, I'm sorry, I digress. Some people are out of their mind. You don't go showing nobody nothing. I don't want nobody to know that he can sidestep, that he can duck a tackle, that he can hurdle. I don't want nobody knowing nothing about Trey Lance. He could take a sack. So what? He's good. And I want him just to get maybe too serious and then stick in our other backups. And I'm totally serious on that, Now, for all the other rookies like the corners, Hufanga, let these guys play. Let them do what they have to do. And I'm still going forward, Ronbo. I'm going to say this again. I don't want to rush Lance into nothing. And this is coming from me, Ronbo. Come on, man.
Added prestige on that comment.
Yeah.
It's Shabazz.
Yeah, come on. Yeah, right. And because, hey, I've been one of the ones that been on your helmet about Jimmy. Since if Jimmy sneezed the wrong way, I've been getting angry. So, no, let Jimmy sit in. Let us not give nobody nothing. Let us cruise to this, what we got to do. I ain't going to take up too much time. Shout out to you. Shout out to my man Lee that's listening.
Thanks, man.
Shout out to the Memphis chapter, my people. KK, Nita, man, look. And I just wanted to check in because I got time. I had me some tacos now in Empire, and I'm going to take me a nap and go to bed and do it all over again. Get ready for a 13-5 season, maybe 12-5 season. My bad.
There you go. Get that extra shrimp taco too.
That's it. That's it, Ronbo.
I'm Trey's. He's probably gonna get a lot. You know what I really got a kick out of though? Trey is a strong man. You can tell that dude. The dude looked like he's twice as big as Trey. He grabbed Trey. Play was over. He should have been flagged. He got Trey, and he just sort of slid down to the ground. And Trey was just looking at him as he slid down. I thought that was funny. I wish somebody, if I was on the field with Trey and I was an offensive lineman, hey, Say, man, get your ass up. I mean, get up off of there. You know, I could see it now, you know.
Yeah.
When the player's up, man, let the man got my quarterback go. You know? So I like Trey. I can see right now I'm going to like him a lot, too. But, fam.
Well, you know what? I'm glad, fam. I'm glad you will, Ronbo. And I know I've seen enough. I was impressed by that deep pass, but I was especially more impressed by when he was in the end zone and he fired that Dr. Warner and got out the end zone. That had me. That was special right there. There was no panic, no fumble, no safety. He dropped back, made his read, trusted himself, trusted his receiver, and boom, got out the end zone. So,
and the thing is, and that's why that scrimmage was good. All hostile, competition. And he did feel, like you say, a few hits, but he didn't seem to be bothered by it at all. At one time, I could see a little frustration in his face, but that was because a certain wide receiver missed the ball. I said, oh, man. I said, look at this, man. Richie. I was mad as hell. So there, Richie. I couldn't. God, catch the ball. That's right. You know what? Next week, this is what happens. This is what worries me about our wide receivers down through the years, Shabazz. The quarterback stops trusting people. Do you know Marquise Goodwin and Jimmy G right now don't talk to each other because of that? I saw that day when Goodwin unfriended Jimmy because he took him off. I looked at his list. I said, oh, somebody else said, you know what? Marquise Goodwin is no longer friends on Twitter with Jimmy. Why? Uh-oh, I bet I know why. So, we don't want that atmosphere. I want everybody to love each other and trust each other on this team now. Yeah, sometimes the only guy that's open is the one you don't like. Throw him the ball. Throw him the ball. So,
Throw him the ball. Trust him.
Shabazz, always great to hear from you, fam. Be back for Monday night, bro. I'm looking for you. All right.
All right, Ronbo. I will definitely try and check you in, man. And again, shout out to you and hey, to the rest of the Empire. Ooh, hold yourself, Tonto. We're going to be easy.
Shabazz, too cool. Night, fam.
Good night.
49 Lakers, Section 350. I'll be there at the Chargers game, too. If I don't get arrested, first for peeping in that pond out front. 49 Lakers, man, same with you. Ronbo Sports at Gmail. I'm going to say, what I'd love to do is get people, and guys, whenever I ask you to call, I'm going to link you up during games. Make sure to remember to bring your earphones, your earbuds with a mic on the wire. Now, if you don't have one, don't bother, don't buy one. If you don't have one, that's okay. But you got to have that or else we can't communicate. So, 49 Lakers, Ronbo Sports at gmail.com. Let me know if I can call up you. 49 Lakers, what's up? How's it looking out there? How's the sunshine? You see Rudy running around there? I can see Rudy now. Rudy's probably like trolling us everywhere we go. He probably knows exactly who we are and where we live. Watch out for Rudy. He's a scary man. Thanks for that contribution, fam. There he is. One of the founding members of TNT. He is Trey from VA. There's a guy carrying an urn out in front.
Finally. And I do mean finally. Oh, yeah.
Trey.
Brother Ronbo, how you doing, sir?
I couldn't be any better. After the football season starts, I'm cool as can be. I tell you what, I just can't wait to get up every day to see what's next.
Shout out to TNT family. Shout out to Denise and her family, what they going through.
Yeah.
Got a lot of night of love out that way, Ronbo. But do you remember what we talked about the last time we were on the phone? Ronbo, can I just have a second real quick?
No, you cannot. Okay? Now what you gonna do? Since you ask.
I love it. You always ask. I'm taking a lot of time. No, I'm joking. Here. But, actually, I have to do this. TNT doesn't do this a lot.
Okay.
Got to give some props to one of the callers that you have, Ronbo. Somebody said something on here that was extremely, it was almost Nostradamus. It was almost very fortune tellerish. It was, they were very, you know what, Ronbo? I'm just going to play just a quick excerpt. Hold on one second.
Oh, yesterday, TV. I just want to know.
Ronbo, you know what you're going to see? Do you know what you're going to see tomorrow, Ronbo?
I anticipated it already.
He's talking
From
about
Trey
himself.
Lance? You're going to see a deep ball from Trey Lance. How about that? You remember what that used to look like? I know the football.
Trey,
I know, guys. I promise you.
I remember that call.
It's been a long, long time. You see him go over the top and actually hit a receiver in the hand.
Yeah.
Keep going.
Hit a receiver
Trey,
in
I
the
remember that
hands
call.
and
Who
keep.
was that?
Who was that? That is, you know what? It was me. That's who it was. It was me.
I think you should change your name to Nostradamus. I think you should open up a booth and have those hands outside and say fortune teller.
No, because I told you this was going to happen, but I also told you that he was being set up for failure. I told you he was getting stuck.
How come?
But here's the funny thing, Ronbo. When that deep ball happened, right? Remember the deep ball over the shoulder, hit a receiver in the hands, and he keeps running.
Yeah.
We had the starting offensive line in. That's funny. The minute they pulled him out, Trey gets beat and battered. You know, if Jimmy had got hit some of the ways that Trey had got hit, the season would be over for him at least. What a tough young man. I told you this was going to be a historic, heroic effort of epic proportion. Really? That garbage? Not one of those guys are going to start this year, Ronbo. Not one. Not even Banks. How about that?
Banks. Oh, yeah.
Those guys that he played with.
Oh, you mean the offensive line?
It's terrible. Yeah. Terrible. But that's the easy look.
Trey, what's worrisome about that is those guys may have to back people up. That's what's more scary than anything. If anybody gets hurt on the starting group.
No, but the point is that how dare Kyle Shanahan? And matter of fact, can I get a let me holler at you real quick?
Trey has something to say. Segment of Sunday night. Let me holler at you. Trey, go ahead. Let him have it.
Kyle Shanahan, you admitted. You said, I didn't want things to go right for Trey. We didn't plan on things to go right.
Oh, that's true.
What in the sabotage? What in the sabotage? I told you. You thought this was some tinfoil conspiracy theory. I told you he was trying to make it as hard for Trey as possible, and I understand why in the long-term development.
And you should, because it was makes teachable moments possible. Otherwise, he'll be running around like Justin Fields. Man, the game ain't too. Exactly. I didn't see nothing about that. It ain't too fast for me.
Just slow down. This man out there playing against second and third stringers talking about the game is slow. But
just sit down, quiet, calm down,
simmer down. Ronbo, but we also talked about another player, Talanoa Hufanga. Remember we talked about him? Mr. Doesn't run a fast 40. So what if kids, let this be a lesson. So what if you run a 4.7? Who cares if you run a 4.6? It's about angles and pursuit. Let me give you an example, Ronbo.
Instincts too. You're
Before
born
we get
with
out
those.
What does Tavarius Moore? What does he run?
4.3.
4.3.
Yes.
Smoking, right? The guy can't take an angle to save his life.
I mean, you could give him a triangle and a compass and everything else. He's still. Oh, Trey,
GPS.
That is so. I know, right? That is so true.
Just can't do it, right? But then you get a guy like Hufanga who's going to be a missile, who's going to be a straight line hitter, who's going to make it count. This guy, I haven't seen form tackling like that in a long time. Huff has got the stuff, and I think that's enough.
And Trey, how much did you enjoy him coming into the camera? You see a play between one of our other defenders and the offensive player. All of a sudden, you see Hufanga just fly into the camera like the director's got to say, all right, cut. Tell him, no, that wasn't your scene.
Andy Reid tried to play Jerick McKinnon and tried to give him every chance to shine on us in the preseason. And Hufanga was like the personal bodyguard that was mirroring him.
Terminator.
We talked about this. He's going to be our X factor on defense. People said that he couldn't do it. You know, those late round gems, you know, they might miss him in the first round.
The rest of the
it looks like this year's second round pick might be a little bit questionable, but you know what? We always do something in the late rounds.
We're gonna give Big Bang another minute, but he's got to learn faster.
I appreciate you, sir. We're gonna get up out of here. I know it's hot tonight, but I just wanted you to know that that guy that called the show the other night. I don't know who that guy is.
Brilliant individual.
He knows what he's talking about.
I guess so.
I guess.
Trey.
Hey, look, man, I appreciate you, Monday Night Raw, we're going to get into some serious
Yes. I hope so.
We'll get into some. We got some players we got to call out tomorrow, but we save that.
We might start. It might be a little early for the 53 predictions, but you know what? Richie really. I mean, come on, Richie,
Hey,
man.
Hey, look, man. Hold on. Let's be real, Ronbo.
Yeah.
Travis Benjamin, Richie James. We got some things we're going to talk about
everybody's
tomorrow.
S list. I know. All right. Trey, I'll see you tomorrow. All right, man.
Yes, sir, man.
Have a great night. I don't like to. You know what? I'm going to try to stop with Richie. From this point on, let me leave Richie alone, okay? I didn't even say that about Travis Benjamin because Travis and Rebel D, I forgot Travis Benjamin. He can leave too. You know, and Travis knows he's got all kind of polish in season. Clarence Molina. My standouts are Hufanga, of course, and Sherfield and Hastings. But it looks like Richie James is on the bubble. We'll see about Hurd, hopefully, next week. Tight ends, we should carry 4. Kittle, Dwelly, Matthews, Jennings. Jennings on a TE? You know what? You know what, Clarence? I don't know. That might be an idea. I never thought about making Jennings a tight end. He is 6'3". You got to bulk him up, and he leaned down on purpose just so he could be a little more fluid as a wide receiver. Well, okay, we'll see. We got here. So we got. It's Rev. Rev's got time for us today. Yo, Rev, come on in, man.
What's going on?
Rev, I'm glad you're here so you can pray for Richie. Okay, I just said I ain't going to say nothing else about Richie. I'm sorry. Rev, good to hear from you again. Whatever. Rev, what's on your mind? I ain't even going to tell you what the subject matter is. You just jump on anything you want to. We did mention, though, about Talanoa Hufanga we're all excited about. You play defense. You know how to love a defender. And, of course, Simba out there.
Yeah.
We got a return, man. Now the name is Simba Webster. And Juwan Jennings. Juwan Jennings looks like the receiver we hoped he'd be. Rev, take it away.
All right. Well, my 49er family, first we want to give the shout-out to the man, the legend, Ronbo, for giving us his platform to speak our minds, our hearts, and our thoughts about our squad. I heard about Denise, so, you know what I'm saying, we definitely send a lot of prayers up for that, you know what I mean? So just keep it in thought, fam.
Absolutely.
Let's jump into it. You know, shout out to my family, 49er 367. Well, 365 medication's kicking in from my knee replacement. But
I love that segue.
but I was super excited just to see 49er football. I really feel that Trey, the kid has potential. I mean,
huge.
It's there. I wasn't expecting some super stats to be thrown up. You know, the kid showed me something yesterday to where I'm like, all right, now let's get him in the regular season in certain packages. You know, let him, do a couple of bootlegs, option reads, confuse the defense. Because I can tell you right now, having this double threat between Jimmy and Trey, it's going to piss defensive coordinators off.
You can't prepare for that.
It's going to piss them off to the point you can't prepare for it. Now, granted, 90% of defensive coordinators know if Trey come in, he's that option style kind of quarterback, so you can adjust to it. But the kid, I mean, he can throw something totally different at you. Mm-hmm. He definitely has a gun. He got a cannon, like God knows, boy. Mm-hmm. He has a cannon. I think if he just learns how to control it, he will be deadly. Mm-hmm. He will be deadly. Definitely just it felt so good just to see the family in the stadium. That to me, that's what caught my attention, was just like seeing the faithful there. That just, it was that energy. Granted, it's preseason, but you know what? It's nothing like this 49er family just to be there and get excited about it. So definitely, you know what I'm saying, we coming.
Mm.
You know what I mean? The family showed up, you know what I'm saying, making noise in Levi's, so that was a great thing.
No artificial sounds. I loved it.
Nah, it was just a beautiful atmosphere. We are ready. And there's nothing else that I really need to say about our team, family. We're gonna bring this pain.
Oh, yeah.
You best believe we're gonna bring this pain. I don't care if it's the Seattle Pisscocks, the Los Angeles Lamb Chops, the Arizona Pigeons. I don't really give a rat's tail who it is. We coming. And the dude, I got to give a shout out to the Detroit Kitty Cat fans in the comments. As always, Detroit.
Donnie Burr. Yeah.
Yeah. So I just got a little something for you, Mr. Donnie Burr. I understand you want attention, this, that, and the third, but listen, dog. You about to feel some serious heartache come week 1. Just know that. You got Jared Goff-Goof as your starting quarterback, and we own that boy. So I would advise you to call. Listen, prayer lines will be open for all Detroit fans that want to call in for a miracle prayer, because it's not happening. We're going to come in there, we're going to smack your mouth, and we're going to walk out with the W. But overall, like I said, it felt good to see 49er football. I understand everybody got their pros and cons about Trey and Jimmy and yada, yada, yada. I'm not going to jump into all that. Like I said, everybody that want to say something negative, can y'all do their job until you go out there and put on helmets?
I like that.
Hey, you know what I'm saying? They that's what they get paid to do. So, we're gonna leave it at that. We just rep our colors, man. It's in our hearts. We faithful to the Bay. That's just what it is. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to all my 49er fans worldwide. You know what I'm saying? Rep those colors, staying strong. Ronbo, we thank you. Love you. We appreciate this platform.
Thanks,
man. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna get ready for this game on Saturday. And the Rev is healing up good. You know what I'm saying? Slowly, but it's getting there. But you know what I mean? Like I always say, in order to be the man, you gotta beat the man. Woo! I will be back for Monday Night Raw. Family, y'all be good. Stay blessed. Yo, 49ers for life, Ronbo. I appreciate it. Thank you. Niners for life. Let's do this. We ready.
Here you go.
Y'all be
the
safe
Rev has
out
spoken.
There.
Thanks,
right,
Rev.
Ronbo.
Have a great night, fam. All right. Here it goes, Rev. But, me. Oh, Ely. Emilio. I gotta give myself credit. I keep coming up with these new ways to mess with your name. Emilio. Tell you what, Emilio, man, I'm like, Kyle Shanahan is not crazy about putting praises on people, right? But I was like surprised. Shanahan, you know what that means, though? When he said what he said about Simba, I can see, Kyle, you're just like the rest of us. Jimmy, Mr. Fair Catch, as you got a guy there now that can go ahead and bring that ball back and get us some good field position. I love it. And Juwan Jennings, we've been wondering about Juwan Jennings since last year when his hamstring would not heal, right? So now he's back out there making plays already, albeit preseason, but you can still see the skill and talent is there. And then you got, of course, Hufanga, everybody's favorite. Watch Hufanga's jersey number end up being on sale midway through the season. Everybody loves that dude. But Emilio, what you thinking, man, about Kyle's favorite guys? And we talked about Lenore yesterday. But Emilio, take it away.
Well, he seems happy with what we got out there. We all seen it. We had a few positives, a few negatives, but for the most part, it does seem like especially our rookies look like they want to play, ready to play. So they just want more opportunity. So at this point, if you get that opportunity to play, then while your ass off, if you really, really want to be on the team, because it's all about opportunities. Once you have it, it's what you do with your opportunity. Because if you don't do nothing with it, you're going to be like, damn, man, I want to play. I'm like, you had your opportunity to ball up. So it's just, at this point right now, it's preseason. Do what you got. Don't do too much because we don't want you to get hurt. We don't want to start that trend, starting getting hurt. So it's just, do what you need to do, get you a spot, and if you get the start, hey, bro, man, hey, I'm all for it. Like I said, looking at Trey, I'm like, he did a few things here and there, but it sucked when they took out the first string line and then he kept getting sacked. But
actually, that was dangerous. When you think about it, that was risky, because he was getting.
But then you got to think about it. That's who he's been practicing anyway with the second stringers anyway.
Yeah.
So
that's true.
It's not partially his fault. It's just the team he's been running with.
I mean, that offensive line should have been able to deal with the other team's twos. I forget about that. There were some ones in there though for a while.
Yeah. Like I said, it's just preseason. They got to be a little more careful. Because I kept looking. They kept busting. I was like, come on, now you guys got to block this guy. You don't want this guy to get hurt in preseason. I was like, why does he keep getting sacked? And I know Trey was trying to extend plays because, like I said yesterday, that's what he's doing out there. This is the first time we've had a quarterback in a while that tries to extend plays instead of running like Kaepernick did. This is something we've needed for a while. It needs somebody to extend plays because Jimmy somewhat can do it at times, but then he gets a little scared. He doesn't want to get hurt again.
That's not what he does. Jimmy, he's just looking to get rid of that ball as fast as possible.
He's just it's just Jimmy thing. Get rid of the ball fast, go through his reads, and then get rid of the ball. At least with Trey, we noticed that he can try to extend the plays, get away from people, move around the pocket. He doesn't look to run first, so that's a good thing. That's kind of what we really wanted on a quarterback. Like I said, we've seen it in Russell Wilson. He extends plays, throws the ball. We see it in Mahomes, extends the play and throws the ball. That's what we need. We don't want to just a guy like Lamar. First thing we want to do is run. Same thing with Kaepernick. First thing you want to do is run. You don't want to
Don't get me started about talking about Lamar. I got more trouble on Twitter because Lamar's. I don't. People think he's man.
He's a good quarterback. He's a running back first. I don't care what nobody says.
Yeah, that's what I got in trouble for.
It's true. It's just like I say.
Oh, he'd be one of the best running backs in the league. My God, he's moves. My God, he's got moves.
We can even go with one of our own. Steve Young, that's what he used to do. He used to look to run before he used to throw. If you weren't open or his first read wasn't open,
gone.
That's the first thing Steve Young did. So, if it wasn't for Bill Watson for them dudes, you cut that out, learn how to play the pocket. Then you can be a great quarterback because he had the arm for it. Not like he didn't. He was that dude. He told him, Bill Watson, if you learn how to play the pocket, you can be a great quarterback one day. And what happened? He learned the pocket. So. Like I say,
because you don't have a bunch of receivers. Because can you imagine being a receiver? Okay, we're trading you to Baltimore. Whoa, why? Don't you want to play the Ravens? Yeah, but I want a quarterback that's going to notice I'm out here. I want to play with Lamar, man. I mean, he is the MVP. He can get you 1,000 yards a season.
I don't care if Baltimore fans get mad about it. It's the truth. They have a running quarterback. They have a running back that's a quarterback. Even Lamar doesn't like that term, but dude. That's what you do. You do what Kaepernick did. You do exactly what Kaepernick did. If your first read is not there, you're off and running. It's rare for you to stay in the pocket. Like I said, as much as I like Cat, because he was helping us win.
Yeah.
But dude, that's the first thing Kaepernick did. If his first read wasn't open, taking off running. That's what Lamar is.
And Lamar's faster.
I mean, the only other option he has is they have tight end. So if his tight end ain't open. And if his first read ain't open, he's off running. So it is what it is. If you're a Baltimore fan and you're on here, dude, you have a running back that's a quarterback.
He does it well. Give him credit. He does do it well. But you're not going to win the Super Bowl. You're probably not going to get any further than you have been in the playoffs.
They got lucky. They got lucky. They won that playoff game last year. They shouldn't even have won that.
Because all I got to do is shut Lamar down. If I'm a defense, that's all I do. I plan on. All right, we're going to stop Lamar from running. We want him to throw. All right. So when he stops, because when he runs, he's going to tear us apart. If he throws the ball, we got a better shot. So Lamar out there running up 2,000 yards.
So it's a good thing. We have Trey now. The more experience he gets, he's going to be an awesome quarterback.
Shannon's going to make him
the same thing. Instead of looking for run, he's going to
teach him how to play that pocket.
I think
first.
running for him is only going to be an option if he really needs to run. So, like I said, we've seen that a little bit in yesterday, looking around, see what I can go, where I can throw the ball. And if I have a chance, I'll run. But that's not his first option. His first mind is, let me get to the ball to the receivers or whoever's
find those
open and
receivers.
can catch the ball.
Especially I got
find
good
them his
receivers.
first. And if I
Use
can't,
them. So.
Exactly. I mean, what do you think about? What do you pay your receivers for?
I know, right?
Just to stand around and look at you. I mean, so.
I mean, I'm gonna see tomorrow, fam. We got another day because we did Saturday football. We got Sunday. We got tomorrow. We look forward tomorrow, fam.
Yeah.
All right.
Alrighty.
All right,
I'll be back on here again. I was on vacation the last 2 weeks. I knew you were on, but I was just busy on vacation. I was like, I need some break.
I know, because we notice when you're not here. We take notes, man. Come on now. Don't do that.
I said I was on vacation. I was actually in the East Coast, so it was just like my whole time was off. So I'm like, hey.
Yeah. All right. It must have been fun.
Yeah.
All right, Emilio. I'll see you tomorrow, fam.
Yeah, but I'll be back on here. All right.
Looking forward. All right, fam.
All right.
And Trent Payne, we can say the same thing about you. You got to support both quarterbacks, Trent Payne. It doesn't work like that. Support one but not the other, and you ain't a real fan. Come on, man. Hey, Mike.
Jimmy G's been put on notice. Better be at your best, or this kid's going to take your job.
Oh, he probably knew that as soon as he got drafted. So Mike, what's up, man? I mean, you can get into that. Or we're also talking about Jawan Jennings tonight, who Kyle's very excited about. And Kyle usually doesn't tell people who he's excited about. He likes Jennings. He likes Simba. And he likes Hufanga. So Hufanga might be the only guy on the team that you'd have to search to find somebody who doesn't like Talanoa Hufanga.
Well, just the energy he brings too.
Yeah. I mean, this
people see that energy and see his excitement. I mean, he's always flexing. He's always pumped.
And just when he makes a play, it's not just a play. It's got the Hufanga signature on it. When he flew into the camera on a couple of plays, I thought the play was like the offensive guy had gotten away a little bit because the tackle that was being made was kind of weak. Hufanga would slide in like one of the Avengers, man. Bam! Oh! It's Hufanga. Where'd he come from? Because he's not in it. Sometimes he wasn't in the shot, He just come out of nowhere. I like this dude, man. This guy's fun. So, But Mike, your assessment of
Juwan
everything.
Jennings looks good. He kind of reminded me of Crabtree wearing his number. His movement and his body style.
Wait, who? Which one? Jennings. Yeah. I hadn't thought about that because Michael wasn't all that blazing fast either. He'd tell you he was, but he didn't look fast to me. But he still got nice route running. He was always in position to take the play.
Really good.
Yeah.
And he's got really good hands.
Yeah.
Not the strongest hands in the world, like Bernie Harbaugh said, but pretty good hands.
Harbaugh was trying to keep him pumped up, But Jennings has got hands. You see the way he softly grabbed that thing out of the air? The pass was up there for a big man like it should, but not so high that he had to jump. He just reached up and grabbed it and started picking up yards. I said, man, look at that. Wow. This is the first time we actually got to see him do it. All right.
But yeah, we'll see. We'll see Kyle usually keeps 6 receivers.
Yeah.
So we'll
Who's
see
your
who
6 so far?
Those 6 are going to be, because I guarantee you Sherfield, how you pronounce it? He's going to make the team.
Yeah.
Yeah, Sherfield. He's good on special teams. He's already building a rapport with his quarterbacks.
Mm-hmm.
He was lighting it up in practice too, I heard. So.
Yeah, and then he did it in a scrimmage, a real-time, actually hostile competition, Because when Sherfield did that, okay, see, it's not the friendly confines of Levi Stadium. He is that good. And he's got a rapport going on with Lance. So, he automatically makes a team on the strength of that alone, right? And he's also a hustler on special teams, like John Lynch says. So we got ourselves a dual-threat baller. When I say that, if you're going on
with
special
Jimmy,
teams...
too. Jimmy was praising him in practice, too.
Oh, yeah.
He was getting open.
Sherfield's good. And this is the kind of guy you need. Give me some guy that can break away and give me some separation, man. Making me throw through those 3-inch windows. Get away from that guy. God.
He almost reminds me of Anquan Bolden. He's just stacked. He's short, short and stocky.
Kind of stocky. He's strong. Yeah. But you know what? Bolden
our defensive line, dude, that even the second stringers, they look hungry. Like that defense is going to play for Ryans. He looks like he's got those dudes ready to go. They're not giving up on any play. They're just, they're going for the ball every single time. They're busting through the line. I know that was their Chiefs backups and whatnot, but it's something.
You got that's something you got to play against
for week 1.
Yeah, you got to work. You got to beat the competition, no matter who's out there in front of you. I don't care if they're third stringers. Beat them up. And what do you think about Jonas Griffith? I was thinking Jonas. I don't know how he was on the practice squad maybe last year. Jonas Griffith, man, I tell you, he's got potential. He's another slam bam dude. I like those.
Yeah, Lenore, he looks like he's going to be a hawk. He's got a nose for the ball.
We heard some bad things about him in practice because everybody was beating him, but the Chiefs receivers couldn't get away from him. So what does that tell you? There's something about playing against somebody every day that you have an edge on. It's the guy that doesn't know you. I mean, Lenore was all over those receivers like chewing gum, and unlike Ambry, he was doing it clean. He wasn't fouling or getting away with flags or not being thrown. I was impressed with Lenore like crazy. One play after another.
And Ronbo, is D Ford going to actually play this year?
Yes.
He's saying he's feeling good. I'm excited.
Man. That first game, Mike, we're going to be besides ourselves. If we start off in Detroit and D Ford steps in immediately for a sack. Goff never knew what hit him, but he knows D Ford from a place where he used to be. And next minute, Nick Bosa and D Ford converged on Jared Goff, and all of a sudden the whole camera went black. I'd love to be in the booth.
The closer it gets to week 1, the closer I get to going into AFib. I've been trying to separate myself for as much as possible. It's time, Ronbo. It's going to be like Christmas morning.
It is.
For 4 months.
I tell you, it's going to be crazy. And if that D-line does include Ford and Bosa, and even if Nick's at 90%, that's better than most of the NFL's edges right there. So, oh, man, it's going to get crazy, Mike. It's crazy. Whew. Mike.
Fired up. All right, I won't take too much longer. Shout out to the faithful. Appreciate your dedication.
Thanks, Mike.
All the training camp posts and everything.
Thanks, man.
Yeah. Take care, Ronbo.
You have a great night, fam. Mike's going to hurt himself doing that one time. Mike, you know those scenes where somebody falls off a cliff? I don't know, even as a child, I was always amused at that. When the guy falls, it's, my mom thought, that's why my mom thought I needed therapy. Oh, wait, my favorite of all time. Remember Goofy? There was nothing more special than Goofy falling off a cliff. Tony, I don't know what's going on with me, man. I need to calm down. Okay, Tony. Oh, area code 916. 916. I can't get over that. Hey, area code 916.
Yo.
Yeah, who is this?
Yo, this is your family. This is EMA Beach reporting live.
Wait.
From a new device.
Wait. What's the name?
This is your family. This is EMA Beach.
Oh, I heard E, and the voice reminded me of Ellis. Yes.
Yes, sir.
Get on in here, man. Ellis, I was looking for you yesterday.
Yes, sir,
I didn't see. But anyway, I didn't see a response on Twitter, so I figured maybe. How'd you enjoy the game?
Man, it was a disgusting issues with the the Silicon Valley, you know, is much supposed to be high tech and one of the more formidable areas of California, but they had just the worst damn reception. I couldn't even get on. I tried so many times, Ronbo, man, and even with trying to watch the show, it was like kept cutting in and out. I couldn't even watch the show live during the game, so it was pretty. It was pretty unfortunate. So hopefully on the next one, the Cardinals game will be the next one. So in November.
Okay, well that sounds like it was.
But
Ellis,
yeah.
at least I hope you was able to enjoy the game, though. Ellis, give me some of your observations from the game. I would love to hear how you feel about what took place yesterday. We haven't heard from you yet. Yesterday we didn't get you. So what do you think?
Yeah. So man, Talanoa Hufanga. I love the fact that we were able. I said it before, and I'm gonna say it again. Talanoa Hufanga. I'm thankful that we have somebody on defense that we got in the draft that we can count on.
Fifth round. My God.
Yeah, in the fifth round gem. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I thought he was going to be gone in the third, and I remember before the draft started, I said he'll probably be gone in about the third round, but we ended up getting him, so that was just a blessing, Ronbo. Shout out to Talanoa. He's moving around all over the place. He's got Kyle excited. He had me really excited. Diamador Lenore won the battle of the rookie corners.
That's it. Ellis is the first one to say that. I have to agree. I mean, Ambry was okay, but yes.
Yeah,
I agree.
Ambry was. Yeah, it was a little underwhelming, with the Ambry, But again, that was it's the preseason. It's the first game. These guys got to get more acclimated and experience in playing live, getting live reps on the field, during the actual game. So I'm sure that he'll get better. At least that's what I'm hoping, because at this point, it's feeling like our two offensive linemen are the weakest of our drafts this year, and I'm highly disappointed, Ronbo.
You didn't really like the guy from Michigan either. I thought he was okay, but I'm really worried
Jalen
about.
Moore. I was expecting a little more, but I think he's playing tackle. They were saying something about he plays.
He's
a guard.
He plays left guard, I think.
Yeah.
I'm worried about Big Banks. Banks played left guard.
And something about him. He's injured. Is there something I saw about him being
shoulder
injured?
injury?
Is that a fact?
Yeah, he sustained a shoulder injury. He'll be out for 3 weeks. So no more work for him until the season starts. That's not good. He needs more reps. He needs to understand the offense. I think that's what his problem is right now. He's struggling with that, what he's supposed to do. Yeah.
And he's familiar with it. That was the problem. It's like he's played a little bit of that before. So it's not like this is just totally something new to Aaron Banks. I think it's just, getting adjusted to this NFL speed and everything like that. This is not.
You mentioned that.
Yeah, man. There's a lot of different components and stuff that you have to be, prepared for. And I think he's, he just was a little underprepared. And but Trey looked great. He was getting, sandwiched and smashed. All those 4 sacks I was highly disappointed, that happened. But I'm glad he got up and just shook it off and kept playing. That beautiful pass, to Sherfield was a sight to see.
What does that look like in person? That ball, how much height did that shot have going down the field?
You know what, Ronbo? I was when I looked at it, I just kind of got lost. And then when Trent caught it and he just took off, man, the blood rushing through the body, man, everybody just going crazy. It was it was magical, man, to say the least. I'm just glad that he was able to get some good looks, get some good passes off. I know there was some drops, and he did have a bad, pass or two or whatever, which is expected. When I looked at all of the rookies, when I looked at reviews from all of the rookies around the league, they all had some pretty shitty passes, and they weren't. Nobody was just completely, perfected top to bottom. And I mean, you can't expect that. It's unrealistic to do that. So
not so
I was thankful.
Yeah, you got to get.
And I know Jimmy was, pretty much in and out. Yeah, Jimmy was in and out. I was a little underwhelmed by Trey Sherman. It didn't look like. What I don't want to happen is for us to have another situation where we keep. Remember how Carlos Hyde used to always run to the pile? He never really made many plays. It's
you
like
seen that too, didn't you?
He hit the hole. If the hole was even plugged, he was going to hit the hole regardless. He didn't even have his head up to even try to really bounce out and make any kind of plays. I'm just hoping that Trey doesn't start to go down that path because that will be an early disappointment, and we can't benefit from that. And I'm hoping that doesn't become a problem pick wise for us as well, and added to the underwhelming Banks, and hopefully Jalen Moore will bring it or turn it around. But right now, it seems like Ambry and Aaron Banks. Jalen Moore was a little underwhelming, but mostly Aaron Banks for me. And Trey was playing with he wasn't playing with the starting lineman, and he still was doing his thing. And I'm just glad he went out there and did his absolute best for his first time. He's got a lot of stuff that he wants to make adjustments to and get better at, and it's normal. You know what I mean? Everybody has to get better every day. We got to get better, individually at life. So
that's why we're training
every day.
Yeah,
absolutely.
We got preseason.
Yes, sir.
Absolutely. All right, Ellis.
Yeah. Yes, sir.
I'm gonna tell you what. I'm gonna look for you tomorrow. You gonna be back home tomorrow? Or you gonna be staying in the area? What are you doing?
Yeah, no, I'll be back. I'm back in town now. But this is my alternate. My other phone was dead, and so I was just like, well, let me call Ronbo from another phone and surprise him a little bit.
Ellis, because I would have missed you, man. All right, good.
Man, I'm so disappointed I didn't get a chance to hear you. Yeah, man, it was terrible reception. But yeah, thank you as always, brother Ronbo, man. I did go and I did cuss out or say a few words to Jared McKinnon on his way out at the end of the game, and I just had to let him know I was real close. I was pretty close. I was like a few rows down from the actual field. So I mean, 3 rows up from the field. So I just walked down after the game. I had to talk a little poo-poo. But anyway. Peace and love, brother Ronbo. Thank you, production, man. Shout out to all of the faithful, man, all the good guys out there, man. Peace and love to all y'all. And stay on top, y'all.
All right,
to the next episode.
Have a great night, Ellis. See you tomorrow.
You too, champ. Peace.
And now we're going to check out Tony. Atlanta. Tony.
Ronbo, how are you this evening?
Well, Tony, it's funny, man, because as I speak to you, I'm feeling fabulous. I'm looking at fantasy leagues are already talking about who they think is going to be the man. Hey, Tony, here's the thing. Anybody that's putting the fantasy team together right now, boy, if you got to be careful about who you pick up. Don't be picking up a bunch of rookies. I mean, they ain't even made teams yet, and I'm looking at names. I mean, fantasy league winning sleepers. Well, okay. You know what? I think, Tony, if you're going to, who'd be your running back right now?
I don't do much fantasy.
You and me both.
Good backs out there. Yeah, I don't really fool with it. I don't know. I have to get up some serious thought and get back with you on that.
You figure you go to Cleveland because the Browns have figured things out. The Browns, Tony, you and I both know the Browns get the number 1 pick for over a decade. I mean, they got the number 1 pick every year, just about, right?
Uh-huh.
So after a while, you've had some hit or miss things. After a while, you start to develop a team because those are all first-round picks. That's why that defensive line looks like it does. And then they add another veteran or so that's good. And then you get, my quarterback may be questionable. I'm going to run the ball. So they get Bradley Chubb, and what's that other guy from the Chiefs that likes to kick women?
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah. Anyway.
I can't think of that kid's name. Yeah.
But he other than being a little mentally flawed, he can run that ball, right? So now I got Chubb and this dude. So no matter what Baker Mayfield does, I'm probably going to be okay offensively because I've already built a defense from hell.
Kareem Hunt.
Kareem Hunt. Yeah. You know what? Do you know that some people are picking him to be the AFC representative in the Super Bowl?
Yeah, they're loaded. I can see why they are loaded. Best offensive line in football, though, I think New Orleans is. Defense, they picked up some more players. They got Clowney opposite Garrett on the other side on the defensive line. They stole the Rams' the number 2 corner, and they're starting strong safety.
See?
So,
that's it.
Sky's
They're
the
going to be
limit.
tough. Between Buffalo, Cleveland, God.
I say Tennessee.
Oh, yeah. What am I
That's
thinking? I forgot about the terror. Henry. So Derrick Henry in Tennessee. Hey, you know what? And I'll let you say it because I get in trouble. People went after me on Twitter like I stole something. Is Baltimore in the running this year? You got to think about it, don't you?
Yeah, well, either them or Cleveland gonna cancel each other out because they're the same division. So I would say no.
See, because
maybe a wild card, and then they out. I don't know.
See, because Tony, it's like when we had Kaepernick lit the NFL up the first year. Nobody could do a dang thing with Colin Kaepernick. And then
I remember.
And then the following year, the league came back and said, "Okay, we gonna put a spy on him because y'all been tearing us up." And then Harbaugh decided he's going to teach Colin Kaepernick to be a pocket quarterback. And that's when things did not quite come together as they probably should have. Trent Baalke went ahead and got rid of Harbaugh, and Greg Roman left with him. And, of course, him and Cap had all kinds of issues, and that was the beginning of the dark ages for us right from that point. I have a feeling Greg Roman's poison is going to kill the Baltimore Ravens as well with that running quarterback concept overdone. Having a mobile quarterback and having a guy who runs a lot, Tony, those are two different things.
And they got receivers, Ronbo. They drafted a first-round receiver last year, the kid out of Oklahoma.
Yep.
And they drafted the first round of this year, the kid out of Minnesota.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, well, they get the ball. And they got Sammy Watkins now.
And, yes.
So they get the ball, though.
So what are you going to do now? You're going to do like Harbaugh? You're going to say, all right, Lamar, listen, here's what we want to maybe emphasize this year. We want you to hit those rights. And we already know if things go south, take off. But you got to know when to take off. How do I get that through a running back that knows he can knock off 80 yards on any moment? Because he's an awesome runner. Just awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Scared to, I don't ever want to play against him again. We had to play him the year before last. I said, oh man. You watch the footage, he's out there embarrassing people. Yeah. Man, that dude
and they got one of the best, I say top 10 tight ends, not 1 to 5, 5 to 10, and Mark Andrews. He's a beast.
See? So,
But Ronbo, I saw your game last night.
Yeah.
Ronbo, y'all gotta keep y'all had him, but then you got hurt last year. That running back that you got
JaMycal Hasty? JaMycal Hasty.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's a dog.
Ain't he? He was running behind a half a decent offensive line. I can't wait to get him out there with the first string offensive line. Hasty's got to hold on to that ball, though, because Kyle does not. Boy, he's still talking about Trey Sherman, about that fumble he had yesterday. And Trey just got here.
Yeah. Yep.
Ooh, don't fumble. Oh.
Ball protection. You got to protect the ball.
Man. Well, tell you what. Hey, Tony, I got to hear more about what's going on in your camp. We're out of time. Let me see you tomorrow, though, Tony. Don't miss. I'll be looking for you.
Monday Night Raw.
Yeah. All right, Tony.
All right, have a good night.
You too.
All right.
Night. There's Tony. Don Burr, here comes. Tony's coming back. Here he comes. Did Don Burr, did he check out already? Oh, Bill.
Yeah, he went to bed.
He may have been asleep when he was.
Shut up, Ronbo.
Bill, man, when I was sitting there talking about, I couldn't get over the first thing that caught my eye today. Oh, I was reading down through the dailies. I saw Kyle Shanahan was laying praises on Juwan Jennings and Simba, our new return guy. And, of course, Talanoa Hufanga. Everybody loves Talanoa. And also, anybody thinks that our secondary, Bill, you know how people talk about the 49ers secondary? It's become a routine now for the last 2 years because people want to say, yeah, 49ers, you guys got a great frontline rush, but we're going to exploit your secondary. Bill, you know what people don't understand? If you can't exploit my frontline defense, I doubt very seriously whether you're going to be able to exploit the secondary. They don't understand that, Bill. I love it.
All right, I'm going to go any further. I'm going to go to say this. To all you Sea Chicken fans and all you Kansas City Queef fans, learn how to respect females. I'm going to make this clear. The comments after Ronbo, You got Shania all worked up talking trash about her. Y'all need to put a cork in your mouth right now and respect her.
No.
Because the next time I see it, I'm going to go haywire. She did not like that. She was afraid to come back on the show to talk because you see chickens and you Kansas City Queen fans can't zip your mouth. All right, first off, let me break this down to you, and I don't mean to do this on the Ronbo show.
No, go right ahead.
For your sea chickens, your coach is about to retire. Your quarterback's about to leave, okay? Get that understanding. Your time's running out. You have a limited time, buddy, and we're going to own you this year. So get ready to cry. And for you Kansas City Queen fans, your quarterback ain't the GOAT. He's Pilgore, all right? And your coach can't leave the hamburgers alone long enough to think about what he's doing. We're going to beat y'all in the Super Bowl this year. I hope we meet you. Congratulations on your preseason game, by the way. That's the only win you're going to get against us this year. Enough said. Anyways.
There you go. Good job, Bill.
Anyways, don't get me going. Respect Shania, you idiot.
Yeah. Guys, don't. Boy, you guys know the teams. My 49er fans are starting to please respect that. Boy, I can't wait for you guys to mess up. I look for any excuse to excuse you. Watch it. If I catch it, if you guys didn't know, we don't tolerate taking shots at women. You've been warned. Like you people anyway.
I told her that.
Yeah.
I told her that. No shots at females. You can take shots at me, and I'll laugh at you. But don't take a shot at a female. Not acceptable. Any female on here. Not cool.
Well, Bill.
All right, well.
Yes. Well, Bill, I mean, we got like a team now that is about as exciting a team as we've had in a long time. I mean, we're talking this year. There's no real weakness, and I don't care what anybody says about the secondary. The secondary, I think they'll be fine. I really do, especially when you look at Talanoa Hufanga being a rookie, and then you look at the guys that are playing ahead of him. This roster is ready to contend. What are you thinking?
I think we're gonna do good. I think we're gonna win the Super Bowl, and I'm making a bold prediction. I don't really say that a lot every year with the Niners, but this is the year I'm actually confident. 2019, I thought we were gonna go. We should have won that. I thought we were gonna win it. We should have. This past season, I kind of figured with everything going on, what's going on? Yeah, ooh, yeah. Like I said, but this year I really feel that this is our year. It's just so much putting it in San Francisco's direction. There was even a guy that was on Gematria breaking it down. He hates the 49ers, and he would love to say if the 49ers are going to not do nothing, he picked us to win. And every pick he's made has been right. Let that be afraid for all you haters out there. He was right, and he picked us, so we're going to win it. So when we win it, I said it first.
Well, we were supposed to do it last year, if not for all the guys going down one at a time. So, we got a normal preseason, which the 49ers really need, Bill. I got a feeling the reason we're probably not going to be injured like that this year, I guess we have to have a preseason like Kyle was trying to explain, or else you get this crazy dominoing effect with the injuries. So we're looking good right now. We got a couple of guys hurt, but that's kind of normal for a guy here and there. And we got guys coming back from injury starting tomorrow. So we're doing all right.
I'm mentioning that there's a guy I want us to pick up, and he's available. And I don't know how long he's going to be available as Akeem Butler. I keep saying Akeem Butler. And there's many reasons I say Akeem Butler. I know he can't hold on to a lot of the balls, but he's the guy that the defense wouldn't really know he holds on to the ball that much. But when he gets open, if he's not covered, he'll hold on to the ball. So they would have to double team him, because if they don't double team him, he's going to do damage. So when they double team Akeem Butler, you're going to leave Kittle open. You're going to leave you're going to leave Deebo Samuel, Brandon Ayuk open. You don't want to do that kind of mess. You got to pick one. Akeem Butler or Kittle. Which one are you going to double team? Very sad. Very sad day. Anyway, like
Bill,
I said.
Bill, you're still on Akeem. We don't have any money for Akeem now, though.
He's still. What has he done in the NFL?
Hakeem, I've not heard of anything yet. He's got all the tools. I mean, at that size.
But he's still cheap. He's still cheap. Get him while he's still cheap and develop him. He ain't got that much potential.
Yeah. Bill, that's an idea.
Until he breaks out.
Put him on the practice squad. Yes. You know?
There you
All
go.
right.
And nobody going to grab him. They don't think of him no more.
Poor
The
guy.
guy that nobody takes him. Yeah, and I really think he'll be good.
Got to put him on the jugs machine for 2, 3, 4 hours a day and see what we can do, you know? But anyway, Bill, we're going to go and get your other half in there and see what she's got to say today as well. All right?
Well, do me a favor, give you a 49er shout out, and Mama, don't let your kids grow up to be Cowboys.
You know what? Your lady's on the phone. Let me after that, and we'll do that, okay? Meantime, big shout out for you, though, Bill. You know how badly I want to.
All right. Hey, y'all better respect the Naya.
Have a good night. Oh, I'm keeping an eye on those guys. Here comes Shania. Listen, guys, boy, Hawks fans, anybody else in every other team, I'm keeping a special eye on you. One word, that's all it's going to take, and you are gone. Leave her alone. Leave her alone. Guys, I want ladies to make it, it's okay to come in here. Don't do that. As a matter of fact, Shania, come on in, Shania. We'd love to hear from you tonight.
Hey,
what do you got on your
Ronbo.
mind?
Not much.
Well, Shania, you know, I think I asked you yesterday about your favorite player. And now we know Kyle Shannon. Ooh, as a matter of fact, Shania, refresh my memory on that. I know you liked Trey. Everybody did. Who else did you mention? I'm wondering if you're on the same page as Kyle Shanahan.
I mentioned Trey and the one that caught the ball from him.
Sherfield. Kyle, you know what's so funny? Kyle didn't say anything about Sherfield. Although you know what? Sherfield's not a rookie. Maybe that's why. Simba's not a rookie either, though. Neither's Juwan Jennings. I wonder why Kyle didn't mention Sherfield. You know what? I didn't read the whole report. I read just that one segment where they isolated that. But he mentioned Juwan Jennings. Maybe because Sherfield's been looking good the whole time, and he didn't expect anything different from him. He was supposed to look like that. But, you know the guy who ran the kickoffs back, Simba? The Simba Webster, the guy who pretty much took Richie James' job. I said I wasn't saying anything bad about Richie anymore today. But he likes the Simba, and he also likes Talanoa Hufanga. Shania, how do you feel about Talanoa Hufanga? You like him?
Yes.
He's special. And I think since we got to worry about the fact that Kwaski T is probably going to be a while before he can play. So Hufanga plays the same position as him. We got Jefferson, Hufanga. There's another guy involved in there. Oh, yeah, Tavon Wilson. We got plenty of guys out there. We may not miss Kwaski, okay? Yes.
Mm-mm.
So, well, Shania, what else is on your mind tonight? What are you thinking here?
I just say get him a better offense so he will play good.
You talking about Trevor?
Trey Lance.
Yeah, Trey Lance. Yeah.
Trevor.
No, you're right. You're right. I'm wrong. Trevor Lawrence is in Jacksonville. It's Trey. Everybody's name starts with a T now. We got 2 Treys on our team. You got Trevor Lawrence over in Jacksonville. We got to keep the Trey and Trey connection in San Francisco separate. Yeah, no, Trey was actually Trey did good to stay healthy. There were times when that defense swarmed him so quickly that it looked scary out there. He'll be okay,
they
though.
would keep charging him every time.
Yeah, I know. You know, the play was over and the ref didn't throw no flag. It was get off the quarterback. The play is over. What do you, 15
but he did
yards.
good for being a rookie and still out there playing.
Absolutely. He'll be okay. He's got to learn. It takes a little while. He coming in the NFL. He didn't play football at all last year. He's had 1 year college experience, but you can tell it's not going to take him a long, long time. But he looks good, and he should look better. I suspect by mid-season, he should be starting to look really right around. He's got a lot of potential. There's some things he needs to work on. I think it's going to take a minute, but he should be really ready. So if anything does happen to Jimmy early, which is what we all worry about, Trey should be fine. So we got a solid backup now. Unlike CJ and Nick, when you pretty much knew that if they come in, we're in trouble. So, well, we can't pick on them now. They're gone. And they did the best they could. So we got to appreciate that. Anyway, anything else?
No. I just need a 49 shower before we go.
Okay, and let me also get my guitar here. Boom, 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 boom. Mama, oh mama, don't let your babies grow up to be cowboys. Maybe a situation where you shouldn't maybe have that child at all. Put him up for adoption, or maybe that's a little too mean for the Cowboys. Let him be anything but a Dallas Cowboy. It's a bad thing to be. And so now here it comes. You have a good night.
You too.
Bye. And as we move to the next name on the list is, of course, KC.
Yo, Mr. Ronbo, what's shaking, man?
Casey, man, we're just like sitting here looking at what happened yesterday and looking at, and then Kyle is what got my attention. I said, Kyle was usually come in and say the PR type of thing to do. If Juwan Jennings did well, you would say things like, yeah, we pretty much been aware of Jawan Jennings' talents, and we just pretty much we what we saw we kind of expected. And then maybe Simba. Yeah, we've been watching Simba for a while, and we kind of appreciated what we saw yesterday. He's looking to make the team, and he's maybe even as far as that, he could be looking at being a wide receiver as well for us. So we're pretty happy with what we saw from him. And Talanoa Hufanga, Kyle just sounded all excited. I mean, I was thinking, Kyle, I don't know if I've never seen him juice like this. Remember during the draft, KC, when we drafted Ayuk, Kyle was like sitting on his chair at his house because they were doing that was the one that they had to do online. Kyle's spinning around in that chair, got this big grin on his face. It sounded like that when he was talking about Hufanga. I said, look at Kyle. Happy moments for Kyle. All right. But KC, how do you feel about Jennings?
He looked stoked yesterday, didn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah, he looked happy. He looked really happy to be on the sideline. He looked good. He looked good in that white jacket and the
Kyle,
the haircut. He had a good haircut.
And a shave. Kyle, his beard makes him look, I don't know, it makes him look like a guy out of the mountains or something. He doesn't look like a football coach.
Well, I think he aged like 10 years after the Super Bowl.
And last year didn't help his aging either. I mean, that last year was just ridiculous. 6-10.
Yeah.
Come on off a Super Bowl. I got everybody that starts dropping like flies. Poor guy. But he gets paid a lot of money. You don't feel so sorry for him. But still, nobody deserves that.
I know, right?
God.
Yeah, Jimmy too, man. Jimmy, stress might be getting to Jimmy, but.
Well, Jimmy's actually awfully cool and confident these days. I get the feeling Kyle's telling him something.
Yeah.
I don't know.
No, I mein, I think Jimmy's had, I think Jimmy's just not a complicated guy. And I think, he's got two rings and he's got money and he's just happy to be there, really, I think. And that's okay,
And Casey, remember, you got 30 women that you're hiding from at all times. You know, and I guarantee you, most of them are runway or fashion models slick. You know, so it's got to be rough being Jimmy G.
Yeah, you know what I mean. It's not going to get any easier for him because I think next week, I think the Niners are going to just smash the Chargers like they always do in preseason.
Yeah, I don't know.
And it's going to be more.
Who's their backup?
More questions of the Chargers. I have no idea.
But
I just see it being, I see Trey doing really well again next week, and then it just being, even more of,
Gilbert's gonna. I wonder if Gilbert's gonna start. That's the guy, the Chargers starter. Guy's good. That's gonna be a real test for our defense. But the first stringer's only gonna be out there for a minute. Gilbert's probably only gonna be there for a minute too. Yeah, and Trey should. You're right. Trey should look better next week. He got a little tense. And that'll happen to anybody. You can't keep getting sacked and still feel normal. You can't have your receivers dropping the ball on you. Those are some of the things that will work out this week.
I mean,
he did.
I thought
he
looked calm and collected, and I think for someone who hasn't played in a year and who's
he did
21 years old or whatever he is,
he did
looked about as good as he could.
And even when he sacks, usually most guys would get a little flustered. He got up and still looked like the same Trey, which was impressive.
And when he had that drop, he immediately jumped on the ball. There was no Cam Newton in the Super Bowl kind of hesitant to.
Actually, that was not a good idea. Didn't one of our linemen jump? One of the linemen recovered that ball, though, right?
It's good. It's good to see that he's not scared to.
No, I know what you.
But what made my night, Ronbo, was you get off screen to go yell at Richie, man. That just
Richie's
Richie. I swear to God, man.
Man, Richie's making me tired, man. Because come on, Richie, you got to catch that ball. That first one I gave, after thinking about it, it was a little hot and a little high. Richie doesn't have great hands. He catches the ball with his body a lot. But that second one, that was laid on the table. I felt sorry for Trey because as he walked off the field, he sort of looked over, but he didn't show any expression or emotion. He just looked, but he did look in that direction what do I have to do? Okay. And then,
that's a testament to how good Trey looked too, is that he didn't really get much help from the wide receivers yesterday.
No, except for, and Ayuk missed one on him. Also, Trey, one thing he's going to have to do, I suspect he's got a powerful throw. He may have to learn how to adjust that juice. If the guy's kind of close, pull string a little bit. That's a hard thing. I don't know how a receiver or a quarterback works on velocity. I imagine there's ways to do it. But he's going to have to.
Well, I think with Jimmy I think he's probably got the best quarterback in the NFL to help him with his release.
As far as velocity and temper that shot. Because
next to Tom Brady or next to someone else, Jimmy's got to be one of the best in the league on release, right?
He puts his puts touch on it. So you got to make it possible for your receivers to be able to handle a throw. So that's true. So
remember how Kaepernick how that was really cool with Kaepernick, how he would just chuck a bullet at people and people couldn't catch it, so it saved the interception all the time.
I used to be scared when the ball was coming at the receiver, Casey. The ball, you could see it look like a shot out of a gun. Yeah. Bam!
That's why Anquan Bolden was so good for him, man.
Yeah, and Bolden said he liked it. Remember that? Bolden said, "Don't change what you do." But look, if I'm only 10 yards away, you could just punch it in there. Don't reach back and really let that thing fly. Just get it to me. Yeah.
Hey, Ronbo, when you saw Sherfield make that catch, what do you think the chances are that Trent Sherfield might be wide receiver number one, maybe down the road?
Well, he won't be number one. He's not going to beat out Debo and Ayuk. But I have, somebody else said he could be wide receiver 3 or 4, though. I still have Sanu ahead of him. But let's see what happens next. Because, I don't know. They had him predicted as being a special teams player, but he looks a lot better, doesn't he? We'll see.
Just from the small amount that I've seen of him and Trey, it seems like they have a good thing going on.
They've got a chemistry. They do.
Yeah.
They do.
That was such a beautiful pass, wasn't that, Ronbo?
Oh, that was awesome.
Man.
Yeah, that's perfect. They've been working on that for, I understand, the whole week. They had planned on availing that play no matter what. I guess he didn't know how long Sherfield was going to be in the game. Well, that was gorgeous. Casey,
Yeah,
way to
Kyle
go.
looks ready to go, man. Looks like it's going to be a fun year. So.
That is so true. All right, fam. I'll see you tomorrow.
Hey,
Bye,
appreciate you, buddy. Have a good night, man.
Thanks, fam. Night, Casey. And let's go check out Bethel. Bethel. Oh. Hey, fam, I got to do it one more time. I should have never got started. My mom turned the TV off once when I was a kid because of this.
Hey, what's up, Ronbo?
Bethel, did you ever watch Walt Disney cartoons? Do you know?
Yeah.
You know who Goofy is?
Yeah.
I don't know why I got the.
Who doesn't know?
Oh God, that used to kill me. Anyway, hey Bethel, we're talking about tonight. Talking about Jennings, because Kyle loves him some Jennings, Simba, and Talanoa Ufanga, and he was all excited about him. I said, I got it, man. Hey, let's see what everybody agrees. And since we didn't talk to you, Bethel, what are some of the things you enjoy? Bethel, those guys that Kyle likes, and anything else you took from yesterday's game. Go ahead.
I first of all, I'd like to say congratulations for making the top 100.
The 97, juice! I forgot to mention that. Yes.
Yeah. You know the other people that made it already because they always make it. So, yeah. But I've seen a lot of things, and one of the things I've seen is something that actually Jimmy was happening to him in 2019, where our receivers were dropping a lot of balls. Imagine if these wide receivers would not drop all these balls, Trey would have got better yards. He would have got better percentage.
8 for 12.
He would have been way better. Yeah, he would have went way better. And they would probably said he was probably the best rookie out there. Out of all of them, but because the receiver dropped it, he didn't get.
Bethel, remember that year we led the league in drops? I've been crying about this forever.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is with our receivers. I mean, come on, guys, don't do that. You know what though? His hands have gotten really good. Ayuk missed one yesterday. I was kind of surprised about. I don't expect him to have a lot of problems with that. Sanu's got great hands. As you know, Sherfield's got hands. And Jawan Jennings, he can grab too. So I don't think guys that are trying to make the team like Richie are going to drop the ball, But, I think the rest of our guys might be solid.
Yeah, and, and I've seen a lot of good things. I've seen a lot of bad things. And, things that they can improve. And, imagine if we would have had our number one blocking in there,
offensive lineman,
then they would not have that much sacks that they did against him.
No doubt.
But it's our process to see who's going to be the backup, and if anybody ever get hurt, they'll step the role, and we'll still be good. Because. We had an issue of our quarterback getting hit too much last year, and same thing. Somebody messing up. Yeah.
I'm trying to remember the last time. Last time we had a great offensive line was Harbaugh's when they put together that front line. But since then, Bethel, the thing is about Kyle Shanahan's offensive line, they're not going to be big guys, right? They need to be athletic. They need to be able to get out in space and work for Kyle's run game. So it is important that, you get the run game going, and play action is what we should be doing all the time, because it gives the offensive line a break, it gives the quarterback a break, and it makes it impossible for the defense to actually set up because they don't know whether it's coming, because the run game and the passing game comes usually out of the same rotation. Those pre-snap movements and all that stuff, you got to be able to do that stuff to throw the defense off. But, it's our offensive linemen are never going to be big, strong guys that can just protect real well. So that's the problem.
Yeah, and every time you see on the Toloa, I don't know how many times I heard that guy's name, and it was always something good.
I mean,
So,
that dude, he
he's
can fly around. God, he
yeah,
may not
he
be
can.
fast, but he's quick.
Hey, he has an eye for the ball. That's one good thing he has. He has. If you see a ball somewhere, you see him. So, people are gonna, see the ball. They're gonna try to look for him too. They won't get cracked.
Oh man.
But
he's gonna be good.
Yeah, and imagine how many sacks we got. We got, I think, like 3 or 4 sacks. Imagine if D Ford and Bosa would have been there. We would have got a lot more than that.
Hey, Bethel, how many sacks did we have yesterday?
I think we had like 3 or 4 of them, if I remember right.
I remember one clearly. With that smaller guy we got that's playing off the edge. He's only 6'2", but that dude, he is tough. I mean, it may be good for an edge rusher not to be too tall. It's harder to get you. If you got bend, it makes it even more difficult for the big linemen to actually stop you. This guy might make the team. I forgot his name. Fam, what's that dude's name? We did. Pablo says we got 4.
Another thing is that they might underestimate you.
Yeah.
So you surprise them and you end up getting to the quarterback way better because they're not gonna, think that you're gonna be able to push them, and they'll be surprised when you do.
Yep.
So basically you bully them around.
Quickness works, especially as an edge rusher.
Yeah.
Because when you look at Nick, Nick is not. When you see Nick out in the field, Nick does not look like a huge man compared to the offensive lineman. But man, he works those guys so hard. They just can't do a thing with him. Nick's got the hand thing going. He's got them horse-like legs that are just driving.
Yeah.
I mean, Nick's an animal. I love it.
Yeah, I remember they had like 3 people on him one time. That's how much they were afraid of him.
Hey, and Beth, you saw the same play I did. And they got him down on the ground. And Nick is bouncing up off the ground, just still getting at. It looked like the Walking Dead with those guys, half his body's gone, he's still reaching, God, look at Nick. Scary.
Yes, so I think our defense is going to be really good. And, offense are going to have to work on it, and, we're going to see these in these 2 preseason games.
Yeah. We'll be ready to go.
See who we keep, and
53 is not coming up.
Who we got to go.
There you go. All right, Bethel, we're gonna roll. It's Sunday, not like usual. Usually during the game, it's like, okay, I see tonight, mind. Tonight, it's after the game, and I'm going to see tomorrow, Monday Night Raw. Bethel.
Yeah, and then before I go, I heard something funny that, Russell Wilson said that supposedly he's going to be the best offense. They're going to be the best offense in the NFL. I thought that was kind of funny. But
see, you guys know that's funny. You know that's even funny. Get out of here with that. God, you got to be kidding me. Bethel, I love it. Thanks for sharing that.
Good night,
I wish Tony was here. Tony, did you hear that? Bethel, we'll see you tomorrow, okay?
All right. Good show, and hit the like for Ronbo Sports. Let's go, Nine.
Thanks, Bethel. Have a great night.
All right, you too.
Thanks, fam. Russell, I got to go find that. Russell Wilson going to be, well, you know what? He has a right to say that. But, I mean, really? Russ, you got 2 wide receivers. All right, hey, Mr. Black Eyes, great to see my Niners, period. Hufaga's going to be a good player. Mark that. Jennings is my 3rd wide receiver. Mr. Black Ice has him ranked higher than Sanu. All right. If keep on doing this thing, Rosen not so much. Rosen during the press conference today, I felt sorry for him. Poor guy. Well, you know what? Why would you feel sorry for a guy that his family is just disgustingly rich? He's also playing in the NFL. His life is better than most. He looks so sad during that press conference. I said, oh, poor Rosen, man. He doesn't get any snaps during the week for practice. And then he comes out there during the game, and he had a chance to win that game, and he just couldn't find a way. Okay, never mind. Josh. Josh. Just keep trying, Josh. I'm telling. Okay, that's enough. It's AJ. AJ.
What's going on, Mr. Man? How you doing, Mr. Ronbo?
I was in here feeling bad.
In the team?
I was in here feeling bad for Josh Rosen. And AJ, you know about Josh.
Sucks. Don't worry about him.
Because you were rolling around the glorious streets of AZ when he got drafted over there. Did you ever run into him?
Nah, but if I did, I'd be like, man, you better either go ahead and get your stuff packed or whatever. Nah, he ain't that bad. I ain't gonna lie, he ain't that bad. But he's not that great either. But I got a question for you, man. Whatever happened to Nighthawk? I got a few questions.
I wish I knew. Around? And Yamin, hey.
You know what I mean?
You know what?
Well, speak it into existence. We're gonna speak it into existence. How about that?
No, but you know what, AJ? That's a good question because the fact of the matter is, nowadays during this last year, when you don't hear from people for a long time, it's really frightening. That's why that you bring that up. I hope he's okay. Him and Yamin.
Yeah, hopefully all right. Another question I got. What's up with you and? It's hot, man. You have me crying or cracking up at least when you start doing that. Where you get that get up about Dallas Cowboy, bro? Your kid's not to be a Cowboy.
That's
crazy, man.
That's because Bill he hates the Cowboys with a serious passion, and he's always. Man, I did that song a few weeks ago, and Bill likes it now because we was making jokes about the Cowboys. Because as you know, AJ, they be running up and down and through this chat all the time, right? Talking trash.
I enjoy it. I definitely enjoy it, but I just be like, what in the head, shaking my head, like, how do you get where he come up with this one? Now? It's like, ooh la la, you got the ooh la la, you got the what you get.
You know me, I can't stop clowning.
He got some antics. You got some antics, man. I be dying. So and my last thing, I watched the highlights. I didn't get a chance to watch the game. Well, yes, I did. I watched it at a sports bar, but it was all kind of Chiefs fan in there. They had their jerseys on. Man, I was mad as hell when we lost that game. I said, man, we couldn't win the damn game. No, it's preseason, but still, I wanted to win that game.
I know, but we should have won that one, AJ. He was expecting the right thing. Jesus, man, right there.
All right, and my other little two cents on this is some of these fans is ridiculous, man. I ain't gonna say his name, but he went in there talking about he gonna shut you down. It's gonna be the shoot program, Ronbo. Everybody in the chat in the thread is this and that. I'm gonna snitch him out and I'm gonna make you get shut down. I said, man, who is this?
But AJ,
doing all this stuff?
Know,
man, why would he do that?
But
real
normally,
life?
AJ. Well, here's the thing, JJ. When's the last time you heard me condoning racism? AJ, I have. How many times have I asked? And I have told
you get on
people,
me for being political. I get it. You get on me. Hey, I don't want no political stuff.
So to be accused of condoning racism, I could not believe my ears. So that was the kind of thing. Okay, go ahead, tell everybody I'm a racist, please. I love it. I got recordings that have me telling people that it will not be tolerated. No bigotry. You cannot talk about gay people. You cannot talk about politics. You cannot talk about religion. Leave it all alone. You can talk about football. You can call the next guy next to you any name you want to, because that's what we do in the chat. But you will leave those subjects alone. I have made that clear for years. And he gonna call me a racist. I condone racism.
He said he would Denzel Washington. I'm gonna get everybody in the shoot program, 23-hour lockdown. I'm shutting Ronbo down. I said, man, this has got to be the most cringeworthy situation ever, man. I was just like, damn, I didn't know it was that deep. But I mean, you can't catch everything, Ronbo. You talking to folks, you interacting, you kind of got your thoughts on the game.
We don't see
I'm
everything.
Like, I was like, how that's gonna be the? It just made me think, damn. I guess the world is just. It is what it is, you know. I'm alone. I'm a weirdo. I do my thing, but I wouldn't dare go come across somebody's production and start telling them they're gonna do things that, like, I mean, come on. He's the sheriff in town, I guess.
You
it
know,
was funny. It was
and AJ,
funny,
that's about as I've been pissed off a few times since doing this program, but nothing pissed me off worse than that. AJ, do you know how much I hate racist? And we talked about
No, I
you
know
and
you
I
do.
talked about this
No, I
before.
know.
You know,
Yeah, I know.
don't ooh.
Don't go there.
God.
This is where you get your outlet, like you told me. This is where I get my freedom of just getting away from everything. And I'm not gonna tell you from my standpoint about that. I 100% get it, but I also get that these people want to get paid too. I be thinking sometimes, man, they got all this money, and now you can it's called BET Bet MSM, where you can bet on the games and all that.
Yeah.
They got the commercials for it and all that. I said, man, this stuff, it's everything that we do now is integrated with power and corruption. So
I know, right?
watching a football game is what we want, but in the end all be all, they doing stuff to fix shit, man. I don't give a damn nobody.
I know. You know what? I don't want to believe that because this is the last baseball.
I don't either, but I know it's the truth.
I don't. AJ, I don't watch the NBA anymore because I know that is that is so set up.
I heard your dissertation about that. I heard you said that little part. Yeah.
And Major League
I
Baseball.
stopped watching the NBA.
Yeah, and baseball is. I like baseball, but I like it only during a certain time of the year. I can watch it during the playoffs and World Series. I'm not interested in watching the whole season unless I want to take a nap. Sometimes, because you get a great pitcher out there and they can't hit the ball, you can nod off if you're not really liking them teams because the pitcher's got guys sitting down right and left. The guys in left field or center field or left field, right field, they're putting them K's down across the fist. That means ain't no action in this game. The pitcher's got complete control. But those are fun to watch if it's your team. But otherwise, if you're just casually watching baseball, yeah, it's hard to watch that. So,
man,
anyway.
So what you think our record gonna be coming out the preseason, man? We already 0-1. What we got? 2 more games?
Yeah, we're gonna. I think we may lose 3 to 4 this year. Because there's going to be those teams.
Regular season.
Yeah, regular season. There's going to be those games we should not have lost, like we did in 2019. So we're playing 17 games this year. Yeah, 13-4. Yeah, I like that.
That's what's up. That's what's up. You
So
think we got
otherwise, that would
win
translate to
last
12-4. Huh?
Oh yeah, for sure. You think we got the last 2 games in our preseason to win, or we're gonna lose those too?
No, you know what? But that doesn't matter. I ain't gonna call that. I just want to know who's going to make the team.
All right.
Yeah, I just want to see who's going to make the team and who's looking like they want to make the team. Richie James. I said I'm not going to say that about Richie James no more tonight. Richie, I'm sorry, man.
I don't think he's gonna make it, Ronbo. I like him, but I think I think his mat has been unwelcome at this point in juncture. I think he did a lot, but at the time, but now that we got all these other players that's hungrier or just better in general, we gotta make the cut, man.
You gotta show us you still want to be a 49er, Richie. All right. AJ, we'll go. AJ, good to hear from you as usual, fam. I see you tomorrow if you get a chance. Or you got time.
Oh, yeah. Can I get a shout out to Trey from VA on the TNT, man? He always spitting that hot fire like Dylon.
Trey.
Yeah,
that's not like Trey. Trey is not a well man. I love it.
Shout out to Trey from VA, man. He be spitting that game on there, man. So
I know.
All right. You have a good one, bro.
You too, fam. Night, AJ.
Keep it polished.
You know me. All right. Dude. Night. Ramon. Come on in, Ramon. Hey, Clarence. Clarence, where's Niner Mike? You know, see, I was communicating with Niner Mike recently, so I got a feeling he's okay. You know, it's the people we haven't heard for like almost a year. Jimmy Will says they saw Yamin. I did see Yamin in the chat a while back. I guess but that could be a poser because everybody knows how much we love Yamin, and they could have came in and wasn't really him, you know? I mean, I gotta go to the phone now. Hey, Ramon.
Ronbo, what's good?
Ramon, man, everything's good right now, man. We got a great team, and we're still
Hell
healthy.
yeah.
We're still healthy, Ramon, after a full week of preseason football. If we go another week,
Yep,
Ramon,
that's always a good one.
I tell you, man, we're gonna make it, Ramon. Ramon, give me some observations from yesterday's game.
Hey, yeah, so I'm not sure if you remember. Last time I talked to you, it was months and months ago. I was coming from Sacramento.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and I moved over here to Phoenix just a couple months ago.
Now I remember this, though. Ramon, what
Yeah,
was the reason?
yeah,
You moved there for what reason?
Oh, my girl, she's in a nursing program out here.
Ah, okay. All right.
Yeah,
She must be doing
yeah.
well.
So, we were hunting places down to watch the game, and we found one spot. And whoever's listening out there in Arizona, you guys in the Phoenix, Glendale area, you guys got to go to Desert Rose. It's seriously, there's 150 49er fans deep. 150 deep. It's my first time there. It's the best time I ever had.
Hey.
Every time you score a touchdown, you guys get free
crazy.
shots, a fireball, free shots every time you score a touchdown. Every time there's a first down, you got the guy on the announcer, 49ers touchdown or first down. The whole crowd goes, ow, ow, ow. I swear, it's some magical shit. I swear, it's so tight. It's so tight.
You know what? From now on, actually, Arizona's got a huge contingent of 49er fans anyway, so I'm glad you found them.
Yeah. They call it like the Northwest Chapter or something. I forgot what they were talking about, but it was like I swear there's 150 of us out there. It's like one big kind of bar scene type thing with like an outdoor patio, and like they got big old chess games. They got big kind of, what are those little sandbag things where you toss sandbags in?
Yeah.
They got all that good stuff. Anyways, it was the best time I ever had. Like I said, we went to 3 different bars looking for the game. They were playing the Rams game and everything, and so I think they streamed it online at this place. Man, met a lot of cool people, and so they're all trying to plan things, get ready for the game, tailgate, all that good stuff.
Making you feel right at home, didn't they? You know what?
Oh, man, I
don't
swear,
you got to give up the 49ers?
Man.
Got plenty of people out there for 49er love. All right.
I knew right when I hit the parking lot, I knew it was all Niners, because there's the whole place is red and gold. It was crazy. It was crazy. But yeah, man, Desert Rose, that place is the shit.
Desert
Honestly,
fam. If you're in the AZ area,
come through if you're ever.
Desert Rose. And
Desert Rose, yep, y'all come through.
A lot of people probably already knew about that, you know. So now we got to do before games when we go to places. We got to make sure people give shout outs when they're in these places in these cities. Unless you're in LA, LA needs to tell Rams fans where Rams fans can go to hang out. We got a huge contingent of 49er fans in LA.
hey, Ronbo, on a side note, last time I talked to you, you know, I'm from Monterey and everything. My girl, she is actually from Salinas. She's the one that heard you say that you're from Salinas.
That's right.
Yeah.
Right
off there right off of South Main down there.
I know South Main. And I was right over by Central Park, over by Hartnell College.
Hartnell College, yeah. Honestly, that's a crazy park over there. That's a dangerous park in that area.
Yeah, it was when I was there, but you're right, it has changed.
Woo! But yeah, it's a small world. I know you always wanted to tell you. Let us shout out Salinas, you know what I mean? Put that on the map.
Yes, indeed.
Sure.
Salinas. Great place to grow up, though. If I had to do it all over again, I would, too. Salinas was so crazy.
Yeah.
It's so cool.
Yeah.
Monterey.
But, hey, man, I mean, we got plenty of fans out here in Arizona. We're starting to take this place over, man, one day at a time, you know? We're out here for sure.
Love it.
But, I just want to keep it nice and short, fucking just represent the Niner family out here. Freaking Desert Rose is a place to go. I love the show. I've been listening to it, every day. Every day you have it on. I'm always fucking listening, whether it's before you go to sleep, where you wake up, throw that shit on the speaker, you know what I mean?
Thanks.
So
Thanks.
Cool.
Thanks,
we love you out here. Hell yeah.
Appreciate that.
But, I'll let you go. But, I just want to say shout out to Salinas, shout out to Niner Gang. And if you guys are in the Arizona area, Phoenix area, come through Desert Rose. We'll take good care of you.
There you go. And look for and just stand in the middle of the room and say, hey, anybody here named Ramon? I'm looking for you, man. There you go.
Yeah, hey, they know where it's at for sure.
All right, Ramon.
Oh, yeah.
Appreciate
All right,
you,
take
fam.
it easy, y'all. Niner Gang.
You too, Ramon. Have a great night.
All right, peace.
Yeah. And there's Mr. Black Eyes again. He says, peace and Niners matter. Thoughts on our O-line. WTH. This is really nice. He didn't put WT, you know what? He put WTH. Our O-line always seems to be a work in progress. They'll be fine. Especially the starters. I don't worry about Trey Lance, Lake Thomason, and Alex Mack. That's really going to be a good, decent offensive line. Brunskill, he may be the weakest in that line, but Aaron Donald doesn't like him. And you and I both know why, so I'm okay with that. And Big Mike's a man on a mission this year. First of all, he's got to work for a contract, and next he needs to redeem himself after last year. So I'm expecting big things from Big Mike as well. There's Big Johnny, John. 49ers Ultimate Report. Trey Lance will get better and better. Niners all day. He is a rookie. Of course he's going to get better and better. He just needs a little time. He'll be fine. I know. Jimmy Boo, you been through Salinas too? Yeah, I was about to say, last time I was there, it wasn't that bad. Got down through Market Street, going through that area. Anyway, hey, you know what? We're going to roll, fam. And I will see you on Monday Night Raw. Hey, thanks for contribution tonight. Always appreciated. And mamas, don't let your babies grow up to be cowboys. That means he won't be worth a damn, and you worked all that hard to bring him into the world. Mama, hey, you know what? I got to go, fam, before I get into long concert. You know me, I don't know when to stop. I just want to say one thing before I say anything else. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to go online and see if I can find Goofy falling off of a cliff. Meanwhile, for the win.